There we are.
Oh, wow. Everybody's back at the same time. That's nice.
So sorry.
I thought you had a cigar. I was like, oh, shit. Look, Cody.
Cody's like, smoking it up.
Yeah. See here. We're going to do a podcast.
I've always got to sit
What
up
is
there
he, a
and watch you put his
fucking
meat on his grill.
1942 villain?
Every time I see someone with a cigar, I'm like, that guy's way out of time.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
He's a villain now.
I apologize, guys. I apologize.
All right, now you see here.
Yes.
Yeah, see, that's exactly it.
You could have been a gangster for Halloween.
To load a podcast, and he's just suddenly got that.
Cody's always a gangster.
If my pinstripe suit still fit, I would have been.
Holy shit, he's got a pinstripe suit. Hello, everybody. It's November 2nd, 2018, and this is the VGBit Bitcast. It's episode 43, and finally, it is fucking Friday.
And I'm here.
And TJ's in studio. Holy shit.
I don't sound like ass.
Yeah, you do sound like ass.
Oh.
I bet you,
This is
TJ.
a
I was just farting.
Actually, you know what? You sound a hell of a lot better in studio than you do over your phone.
That's not my phone.
Whatever you're talking. Well, actually, it's the internet connection that your phone.
That's
your
true.
laptop
Yeah.
connection.
I don't know. I think it's that headset, really.
I don't know. It compresses it to hell.
Well, because I bought a mod mic.
Yeah.
I have a mod mic 4 now. And I plugged it in. And it's the USB is not enough for that. So if you get one, I recommend getting a little USB sound card thing. But I downloaded Audacity and I listened to the Logitech headset, and then I listened to the mod mic headset, and they both sound like ass. So it doesn't sound that much different. There's some compression, but it's what it sounds like through that headset. Tinny as fuck.
Oh yeah. So
How is the mod mic? Is it worth picking up?
I don't know. I just bought a Sound Blaster USB headset or sound card, and I'm gonna try that out tonight, and I will let you know. But
My girlfriend's looking to get a microphone, so I recommended that one because it could be attached to headphones.
it's got a little magnetic thing. It's really neat.
like,
But I recommend if you're gonna get it, the company that makes what is it, Antlion?
Antlion Studios, yeah.
They sell a USB sound card thing, but there is another one on Amazon that's like $10. It's the same exact one. It's way cheaper than the one they sell.
Of course it is.
Well, one of their salespeople was like, you can either buy the one we have or you can buy this one on Amazon. It's the same thing. It's just rebranded. But
Nice.
I went ahead because I have the Logitech one that comes with my Logitech headset, and what it is, it's basically you plug in it's got the two 3.5 millimeter plugs. You plug those in, and you plug it into USB.
okay.
But it doesn't work for my thing. I mean, it works. It just doesn't give it the right sound. So I don't know if I've got a fucked up mod mic. So I bought that Sound Blaster one. It was $30. So I'm gonna try that. And if that doesn't work, then I'll get with Antlion on swapping it out.
And this has been your audio sound card moment.
Sorry, I jumped.
VGBit Bitcast.
I jumped into the new my business. Way before the
Yeah, we
business.
fell down right that fucking rabbit hole right out of the door. It's like ready, set, fuck.
I just you brought it up. You brought up noise.
Yeah, well, I didn't expect to go that way. But
Sorry.
anyway, it's episode 43, and we have a full house this week. As you can see, we are all here for the Bitcast. Joining me, TJ in studio, as you already are well aware.
You're just gonna cut that one part out. Just be like, I'm gonna move
No.
this over to the front.
No, it's going right in there. Just like, damn, TJ.
This is the
here it
TJ
is.
show. Everybody pay attention
It's
to
the
me.
TJ show. We got Cody. We got
Hey.
Michael,
Hello.
Matt,
That's me.
and amazingly, we have Curtis this week as well.
Yay.
Hey, everybody.
A handsome devil.
I do what I can.
It's always a good week when we have Curtis on the
It is.
podcast. So,
Amen.
I try, guys. I try.
absolutely, we know you do.
And if you'd like to send Curtis an email that we read at the end of the show on every single show, not just to Curtis, to all of us, you can send it to bitcast at
You can send it to
VGBits.com.
Curtis.
Yeah, you can send one specifically to
Send one
Curtis.
specifically to Curtis. We'll read it and then we'll
Send it
pretend
to
to be
me.
Curtis. It's,
If he's not here, we'll pretend.
what would
How
Curtis
they're
do?
doing.
But I feel like because I'm gonna be honest, our shows get long, so people might not make it to the end. But if you want to send us an email, we read them at the end of every single show.
I tell you what, sometimes 3 hours is a long time.
It is.
But somehow we managed to do 3 hours almost every freaking week.
We turned up last week.
Last week was fantastic.
It was really nice.
I'm sure everybody out there also enjoyed it too. Like, holy shit, this isn't 3 hours?
Oh, thank God I get to go to bed earlier.
Oh, goodness. Well, guys, Halloween is over and it's November. Last week was our Halloween episode.
Mm-hmm.
Tell TJ to take the Winnie the Pooh onesie off.
Oh, man, I fucking left it at my truck.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. I was going to wear it around the house while you weren't here.
The onesie and
No, I don't even want to know. No,
Didn't
no.
need to know that.
We're just going to move on.
It's a lot of moose knuckle.
It's the Battle of the Bulge.
Oh,
TJ, how is that honeypot just floating there?
Stop.
thank you, Michael.
Oh, bother.
Oh, shit. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and just kind of creep on into what we've been doing for this week because TJ's already kind of kicked it off with a little bit
Creepy shit.
prematurely.
We'll talk about
Hey, sometimes it happens, man. You just get so excited and
Honey pots are everywhere.
I was going to say something slightly inappropriate.
That's okay. I stopped you
Please.
with honey pots. So.
Yeah.
All right, TJ, since you started this mess, why don't you go ahead and finish and clean it up?
Cool. Always wear protection. It makes cleanup a lot easier.
I got tissues.
stop.
God.
Stop.
Okay.
Okay, so you've been screwed around with your microphone. You've been playing with
You can do it,
bought
buddy.
a microphone.
I bought a new microphone, and I have not used it. I actually bought it before last week's podcast. I was going to use it, but I didn't. But, okay, I'm going to, I've never actually said it, but I drive a semi over the road. For those of you who don't know, the rest of you do.
Like it floats.
Yeah,
I do. Yeah.
Over it.
I'm slightly above the road. It makes stopping a pain in the ass. 'Cause-
He's
You've seen-
Jack Rambo.
You've seen, everybody's seen Back to the Future where the car hovers. So,
Yeah.
there you
Just-
go.
yeah, same
principle.
exact thing. Yeah, it's
Nope.
no
Every
time travel,
he
but
jumps in a semi. He goes, "Where I'm going, I don't need roads."
I have the same big dumbass sunglasses too. They work because they fit over my regular glasses. But I was in Idaho. I went to Idaho last week, and I was up there for the weekend. So I went to a Walmart, and this is actually when about the Winnie the Pooh thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I was wandering through the electronics, and they had a 32-inch TV for $60.
What?
Yeah,
What?
it was mislabeled. It wasn't supposed to be there. But it was like I checked it. I pulled up the barcode, boop, and it said in the store $60.
Please.
On the website $100.
Please tell me you bought this.
I did buy it.
Ah.
So now I have a 32-inch TV in my truck. It's so nice. But I've been
That's good news for everybody that is on the road with you.
it's in the back. I'm not watching it as I'm driving.
You got it in
Set
the
up over in
passenger seat.
Yeah. Exactly.
But like
Nice.
I went there because I was hoping to find like a 20-inch or something because I wanted something to watch my laptop movies on.
Yeah.
And I saw that one there, and I was like, "Oh man, I don't want to get it because it's an own." I think that's how you say it. Or it's on. It's ONN. It's a super cheap electronics brand. They make literally everything. I think
Okay.
we have own shit in here somewhere.
No, we don't.
I have several own things.
Okay, you have own things. I don't have own things.
They're very cheap electronics.
Yes.
But it's actually a really good TV. It said it was 720, but it displays in 1080. It looks really, really nice.
That's surprising.
Yeah. I don't know why, but it looks
The whole
great.
thing's just mislabeled.
See, what happened probably was the guy at Foxconn, when he was putting in the little control board for the 720 or the 1080, got confused and said, "Shit, that one."
But I mean, it's it's really nice. I've been playing a shitload of Rebel Galaxy because I spent the weekend in Idaho and I didn't have anything else to do. So I've been playing a bunch of Rebel Galaxy, and it's still a really fun game.
You're trying to say there's not a lot of stuff to do in Idaho?
There's nothing to do in Idaho
Unless
except
you
go to
wanna
Walmart and play
Farm potatoes.
Rebel Galaxy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, eat potatoes and fucking go to Walmart.
Yeah, I actually didn't see like any like potato-y things.
No potato farms.
No.
They're everywhere in Idaho.
I didn't.
At least according to
the thing about potatoes is they're underground, so you don't generally see them.
Well, yeah, but you still see the green fucking plants.
How would
stick
I know
above
what
the
that
ground.
is? Be like, that's a potato grass.
You've never seen a potato plant, a potato grass.
I've never seen an above ground potato fauna. Flora, I mean, sorry.
It's like a potato just running around. With like potatoes hanging off the deer.
Look at that
This is a
potato tree.
really inconvenient animal.
This conversation got weird.
That's right.
Potatoes is the weird part.
Yeah.
That's where you get meat and potatoes.
You just-
Oh, good point. Good point. I never knew this. Thanks for the enlightenment, TJ.
Oh dear Lord.
Anyways, so no, there wasn't a ton there, and then I went to a copper mine in Arizona, and that was fun.
So you brought back copper to Denton then.
Mhm.
That's always the case.
Super annoying. I'm going to tell you why this is annoying. Because the place I deliver copper is 15 minutes over there.
Right.
I then have to drive 80 miles north to get my car to drive 80 miles back.
Ouch.
Yeah, I was like, I could just drive my truck over there, but then I'm probably going to need my car. But, yeah, so, I mean, that's what I did. I did Idaho and then some Arizona and then back to Texas.
TJ does Idaho.
Mm-mm. Never mind.
Old bait in the line. All right, TJ. Well, that sounds exciting.
It wasn't.
I was trying to be nice.
The TV was the most exciting part of my week.
Screwing Walmart over for the TV was probably the best thing.
It was
'Cause
super nice.
That's something's near and dear to my heart because of what I'm going to come up with here in a minute in
You know what's funny though?
my business. But
I had went back to that Walmart because I had bought one of those stud-mounted TV wall bracket thingies.
yeah.
And I didn't have bolts because I can't screw things into my truck. I needed bolts. So I went back to Walmart. I was walking by, and there were totally different TVs in that spot. Like, the own TVs were gone.
And pull them all down. And
Yeah,
hit
I
'em.
don't know where they were, but they were not there. And they were just some Hisense or some other cheap brand that was there.
Yeah, there you go. Hisense.
Yeah.
That's the cheap brand for this.
Dan was like, that's my bottom end.
That's my bottom line. Hisense. All right. Well, who wants to go next for their business?
Is TJ done?
Yes.
Yeah, TJ's all out of
okay.
business. So,
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and real quick.
all right.
Okay. So what I've been up to this week, a little bit of World of Warcraft, and I'll get more into that whenever I get to the news section. But yeah, I won't go too deep into that. Red Dead 2. Been playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2, which has so far, again, I'm not going to give any spoilers or anything, but so far that game is really freaking good. It's so fun, and the world is gigantic.
Yeah.
Like the map is huge. Holy crap, it's huge.
It's been super difficult to avoid spoilers.
Probably so.
Yeah.
So far, I've done a fairly decent job.
Me too. Like every time I'm like on Reddit and I click on a picture and it's like, when such a thing happened, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you can pet a dog in Red Dead Redemption 2.
That was the one thing I spoiled for myself.
I know how hard it is to avoid spoilers for that, especially with everybody talking about it. But just again, when you get the chance, you're gonna love the heck out of it.
Mhm.
I did play a little bit more of the game Lone Echo. I haven't completed it yet, but that's that space game where you VR game where you play as a space or a robot maintenance and repair robot for the space station.
Nice.
And that's a lot of fun. What blew me away is how like you have the controllers and it said, "Oh, you need to turn on your light to see in this dark area of the ship where the power is out." And it says to turn on your headlamp, you got to press the button on the right side of your head. And I was just like, and then the light goes click, and I was like, "What? How did that work?" It was crazy.
I love VR.
And then you press the left side to like have this visor come down or whatever, and that VR still blows me away so far. It's just, VR is crazy.
I think I might get inside this weekend.
I need to.
Yeah. The last thing, I told you I'd be pretty quick. The last thing I played is a demo of a game. It's simply known as Deltarune.
Oh God, you want to talk about the internet exploding?
I haven't heard about it.
It's called Deltarune. Deltarune, like the name is in what is the name? What's the word of it?
Anagram.
Anagram, yeah, is an anagram for Undertale. If you rearrange the letters, it's Undertale. Apparently, Toby Fox released, the creator of the game, Toby Fox released this game called Deltarune, and everybody's going ape shit over it because it's supposedly Undertale 2 demo.
Neat.
There's a lot of speculation going on what the story's about, and if it's a prequel or if it's a sequel or what the hell is going on.
Or if it's an alternate
timeline. Or an alternate timeline.
Holy
so
shit.
Either or.
Have you played the demo?
I have not completed it, but I played through a lot of it. Yes.
Is it basically the same art style and play style and everything?
It's the same exact art style. The play style is a tad bit different. In fact, it's a lot more interesting of a play style, if you asked me. The original one, it was mostly just like if you were playing to kill everything, you go in and just attack, and that was it. Mm-hmm. Or if you were playing pacifist mode, you just moved this little heart around to avoid like these projectiles like bullet hell.
Yeah.
This game, it gives you 3 characters on your team. You have 3 characters, 2 of which you can control. The third one always attacks. And if you want to go the pacifist route, at least in the demo so far, you have to warn the enemies of this third character trying to attack, and then they'll avoid the attacks, and then you have to sit there and try to pacify them or spare them or whatever. It's a lot more interesting of playing it. It makes it a whole lot more interesting than what the first one was.
Interesting.
So many things going on about this game. This has literally set the internet afire since Bowsette. I'm
just gonna come out and say, like, the character you play as so far is just known as Chris. Yeah.
It's okay. There's not gonna be that.
If you don't want spoilers, take them off your headset. The character you play as is named Chris, and there's another character that joins your team named Ralsei, which is another anagram for Azrael, which is one of the main characters in the. Huh?
He just said yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I thought you said psst, like you were trying to whisper something.
No,
that was on my side. Sorry.
Okay. Anyway,
there are secrets being spun.
It's another anagram for Azrael, which is the main character in the first game. That's all I know. Yeah. Anyway, that's it.
Okay. Come on back! Come on back! We gotta warn Cody to come on back. And then the guy did the
And
then everyone died.
Yeah, and then the guy did the thing, and then
I will stab you.
I'm sorry.
Look, he's a
I'm sorry.
rogue.
It wasn't like anything huge spoilery because I don't know anything about it. But anyway, yeah. That's
I think there's more.
A really interesting demo so far, and I think when I first installed it, I was thinking I didn't have high hopes because I was like, Undertale didn't need a sequel or prequel or whatever it is, and I didn't think much of it. But after I started playing it, I've enjoyed a lot of it. And on that note, whenever the demo first dropped, there was a huge issue with the installer.
Oh yeah.
Whenever it first dropped, people were installing it and playing it, finishing it, and then when they used the uninstaller, any directory that the game was installed in, it would delete the directory. Like it would delete the program files folder.
Holy shit!
That it was in. It was a bad issue, very, very bad, and I'm obviously it should be fixed by now. I would hope, but they said to not use the uninstaller, even if they think it's fixed. Just delete it straight up. Don't use the uninstaller.
That's not a totally bad thing. Because there's people like me who get way too much shit installed, and they're like, I might play this game that I haven't touched in 2 years, so I'm not going to uninstall it. And then all of a sudden you've deleted your entire programs file. You're like, whoop, starting over.
There goes all my tax information for this year. Shit.
You should not be putting your tax information in your program files.
H&R Block.
You should back that up on a cloud somewhere. Put that shit on the internet.
I was going to say, a little bit of an interesting thing. This is not a spoiler, so Cody, you don't have to put your headphones on and run away. Run away. Run away.
Don't run.
The demo for Deltarune actually looks to see if you have played Undertale and if you have a not a pacifist run, but the
murder run?
Genocide run, thank you. It looks for a genocide run in Deltarune. So that is a theme that is probably going to continue. So just a little FYI out there for all you people who like playing Deltarune and Undertale.
It's a good thing I only have a pacifist run.
Well, now you need a murder run.
Well, now I got to play Deltarune first.
Well, yeah.
Now I gotta get a second Steam account, download Undertale, play Genocide. So that way I have 2 separate accounts. So that way I can play either one and not mess anything up.
You gotta play it on another computer, man. It hunts for that shit.
It's anyway. The demo, like I said, I haven't completed it fully, but what I've played of it is really good. I think you'll enjoy it, Cody. I think anybody who's a big fan of Undertale will enjoy it. I'm just. Whenever Undertale came out, I played it and beat it, and I was like, that was a great game. Cool. But the fan base was just like wild, and I was just like, I'm tired of seeing it.
Yep.
And I'm just not looking forward to seeing so much more of Deltarune now. So
it was Tumblr.
That being said, at least it's just
Yeah, go ahead,
people
Matt.
decided for a game that they like.
I'll be completely honest. That is the sole reason I have never played Undertale, is because the community was, to me, it felt really disgusting.
Yeah.
Just how for the longest time there was absolutely it was just so, and it wasn't like it was toxic. It was just like everyone in the world was coming to every place they could to tell everyone to play this game for 6 months, and I was just like, I don't want to play this at all now because you've ruined it for me. It's not that they spoiled anything. It's just it's like when you tell somebody, hey, I'm going to do something. I'm going to read this book, for example. And then I just don't want to do this anymore because nobody will shut up about it.
Yeah. I kind of felt the same way. And I did end up trying it, and I played it, and I was like, I feel like everyone's expecting me, not everyone expecting me, but I felt like I have this pressure I have to enjoy this game this certain way. And for one, I thought the game sucked. I was so bored. But to be fair, I didn't give it a chance. I didn't like the play style. I didn't like the art style. So it didn't pull me in.
I would say it's definitely more of a story based game than something that you're supposed to enjoy visually, I guess, or gameplay wise. Even though some people enjoy it.
Right now, had I picked this game up right when it come out and I played through it, and I'd be like, oh, it probably is a very good game. It probably is a very fun story. And I mean, it's got a lot of outcomes, which is something I like in games. But just having that, it's like the whole reason I've never watched Harry Potter, because I feel like I have to feel some kind of way about it or I'm wrong. So I'm just not going to feel any way about it.
Well, see, I've felt like that before, specifically Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter when they both came out. So in instances like that, usually 7 years down the road, I'm okay at playing it or watching it that time.
Yeah.
Here's the big issue I had with Undertale when it came out. just like with any, I guess with any fan base of a game, there's going to be toxic people, and there's people that were fans of Undertale, like fans of the Genocide run or fans of the Pacifist run, that would come into streams and get pissed or yell at people for not going a certain route that they wanted to see them go. That's
dumb.
my issue with the game. And if they're doing, and if this game has the same thing, which I'm sure it will, that's something that I'm worried about.
TJ's dying. He gave.
I'm stuck on you saying fat pacifist.
He wasn't. I knew it too, because all I could just do was stare at him, and he's just like, he's gonna die if he doesn't get to say this.
I'm sorry. You going? I didn't mean to
I'm
derail.
done.
I get that a lot too, though. I understand exactly where you're coming from, Michael, but with the with that, because, like, for example, when I first played through Mass Effect, I had people commenting on my videos all the time that are like, "You're playing the game wrong. Your decision that you just made was wrong." And I was all like, "There's not a wrong decision. I'm playing my own story."
Yeah, exactly.
I remember talking to you about people doing that to me whenever I was playing Mass Effect 1 and 2. I haven't played Mass Effect 3 yet, but I'm scared to, because I know there's going to be people saying, "How come you're not doing this or this?" And I'm like, leave me alone.
Your fun is wrong.
Or everyone
fine.
telling you, you have the wrong players on your team. You need to have Tally and what's his face, Rex. They're the best.
So yeah,
I'm just saying that
I
because
know
Tally
that-
and Rex are the best. And everyone is to them.
All you have to do at the end is tell him. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's gonna be one of 3 fucking endings anyway.
I don't know. All your people could die.
Game over.
Well, not all of them, but a lot of them. And you're like, well, that was fucking upsetting.
I tell you what, that pissed me off so much when I heard that I haven't played the Mass Effect series, so
Oops.
I don't care.
Oh.
I was never going to end up playing it, but I was pissed off at the fact that when the 3rd game came out, it was just only 3 endings. It felt like it should have had so many more, given how broad of options that you had while you were playing the game.
Here's the thing. I'm kind of okay with that because it's such a big game, and I really love BioWare games, especially the older ones like Dragon Age and the early Mass Effects, and they have so many branching dialogue. And yeah, they should have a ton of different endings, but the thing is, they work for EA, so they can't have a bunch of different endings. What now?
I'm laughing at Matt.
What? You go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to turn it over to the Mass Effect.
Yeah,
man.
he is king of Mass Effect.
Yeah.
This is the one thing that I disagree with a lot, because, I mean, okay, there are 3 base outcomes in the original game, and with a DLC they upped it to 4. But this is the one thing that bothers me the most, is the last 2 minutes of the game, to me, didn't affect how I felt about the entire series. Like, a lot of people said the last 2 or 3 minutes ruined, 10 years of their life of video game playtime, of 200 hours in this thing. They're like, the entire series is crap now. And I'm like, you could have had so many different things happen in 1, 2, and 3. And yes, it may have all funneled down into one of 3 or 4 options at the very end, but your entire play story is unique.
Yeah.
As I'm like, technically, there are hundreds of ways to end the game, depending on who lives in what section and who dies in what area, because they can die here or they could die there, and the story's all different. And so the whole, there's only 3 endings, I was always like, okay, yes, but no. You're technically correct, but you're also wrong.
And
So,
I agree. And I've also been I've hated the fact that BioWare backed up on their ending, because I haven't played 3 yet, so I don't know what the terrible ending was. But I'm totally okay with a game having a shit ending to the story that they wanted. This is the story they wrote, and that's, whatever the ending they had, I'd be like, oh, okay, that wasn't what I expected. I mean, I've saw movies, and they were really great, and they had an ending that I thought was awful.
Well, I think a bad ending should be an option for a game.
I'm not saying like a bad ending, like this was the worst outcome. I'm saying like,
Oh,
just not a or maybe it is like I said, I haven't seen what the ending that upset everybody, that ruined their whole entire Mass Effect life, that was so bad that BioWare's like, here's a different ending that you'll like because everyone's happy and they all go on a picnic. Like if I'm just like say Shepard really dies this time and everyone's like no because his body's torn apart into space goo, I would be okay. I'd be like, well, that's the end of Shepard.
That'd be actually a really interesting ending.
I don't know what the ending was, so I can't comment on my feelings about it. But I think the whole thing of backing up your story and changing it to appeal to a bunch of crybabies
Fan service.
Yeah.
Answer?
Fan service.
I don't even think that's fans. I think that's just
a little of both.
I
I mean, it's kind of same, right?
I think that's just a bunch of people throwing a temper tantrum because they didn't get what they wanted. And I mean, that was the writers. That was the guy who wrote, or whoever, the team that wrote Mass Effect. They all agreed, hey, this is how we want to end the series. But no, nobody.
This is kind of like I felt the same way at the end of that as I did at the end of.
I
sorry.
need to
go
take
ahead.
I need to take like a 5-minute break.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll be back.
Okay, so what I was referring to just a second ago was the fact that what Skid was talking about, kind of having open endings, is like the book, The Martian. It had an ending. I'm not going to say anything, but its ending was kind of open.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, okay. But when they made it a movie, they got to that point, and then they had like another 15 minutes where they showed you what happened after the end of the book, and I was all like, I kind of liked the open ending.
Yeah.
I kind of liked making stuff up for myself and going, this is what I've decided happened. And I didn't think the ending of the movie was bad per se, but it's not what I would have chosen.
Hashtag not my ending.
Not my ending.
Speaking of, I really,
My war chief.
I really do like when games or books or movies do that same thing. And we were talking about last week, I think it was Cody was talking about Ex Machina. Has that kind of ending where you're just it. I think the reason they don't use it so much is because it leaves you a little unsatisfied. Like there's no closure.
Okay. There are some people, and don't get pissed at me if you're watching this.
But if you do, send an email to
Send an email and then I'll read it,
bitcast@VGBits.com.
and then I'll get upset about it.
Or tweet us at VGBits.
There are some people out there that do not have an imagination, and
That's
they
fair.
have to be told an ending. Otherwise, they will just be like, what?
When's the next movie coming out?
Pretty much.
I need closure.
I just had to throw that out there.
That's fair. I get that. I forget I have an overactive imagination.
You've got to be able to sell something to the LCD.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Those of us that are LCD catch on.
I got it.
Oh, wow.
My brain was like, whoa, let's go through acronyms.
It's like you're drunk.
That was the first one. I was like, that's a TV.
Crystal display.
LSD?
That's what I did. I jumped to LSD.
Intelligence humor. Oh, goodness.
Oh, I'm so sophisticated.
Now see here.
Oh, pompousy and goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. Michael, so this is actually, we're still talking about your business.
Oh shit!
here.
I thought.
Yeah.
No,
we went on, I'm sorry, I'm just saying we went on a tangent because we were talking about open endings and multiple endings and Undertale, and it moved to Mass Effect and all that.
The diatribe
That's
was.
all for my
I have
business.
no idea where we even are anymore.
Okay, Michael, so that's all your business?
That's all for me.
Great.
All right. I tell you what. Curtis, you've been away for a while. Why don't you go ahead and kind of fill us in on some of the stuff that's been going on in your business?
Give us the business.
I'll give you the business.
Oh,
I've actually had the opportunity to sit down and play Assassin's Creed Origins
Oh.
and Odyssey.
Wow.
Have you beat Odyssey yet?
I have not beat Odyssey. Origins, yes. Odyssey, no.
Or shit, that's what I meant. There's so many O's. They should have like chose a different word.
Assassin's Creed Spaghetti-O.
I'd play it.
Stabbed holes.
You get to kill Chef Boyardee at the end.
Yes.
Not my ravioli.
Jeff Boyardee is a Templar.
Hashtag not my ending.
Assassin's Creed, sponsored by SpaghettiOs.
Come on, Ubisoft, make it happen.
No, please don't. I do not want that precedent.
All right. So what if the next Assassin's Creed, you're Chef Boyardee and you're going around killing all the other canned food mascots?
Oh, man. But they're all off-brand because other brands were not like, no, we're not going to license that, you asshole.
Well, of course. But I'm just saying, Chef Boyardee, he might be an assassin.
Might be.
He's got the uniform.
My name is Terrence the Tiger.
I'm Trax the Rabbit.
It's food.
God.
My name is Corporal Crunch.
Oh, no.
Would it be Admiral? Are they going to be Admiral?
Sure, whatever. I don't care. So, what did you think, Curtis, of your game?
Sure, who cares?
Do some military
TJ is
realism.
wrong. TJ is wrong. It's Corporal Crunch. You got to have that alliteration. CC.
But he would have to be an army guy.
Doesn't matter.
It changes the whole foodscape.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Dude has a hard hat on his head instead and a couple of stripes, and now he's Corporal Crunch. And
Okay.
he's like,
That's
fucking
fine.
gonna kill you.
It's fine as long as we've changed them from sea air army to land army.
Fine.
I forgot the
First
word for
mate
navy.
That's about as good as my guitar rock song game. Sea Army to Land Army.
I forgot the name for navy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Where's the recruiter for that? Somebody sign me up.
Give me the Sea Army.
Could you imagine walking into a naval recruiter and be all like, I want to join the Sea Army?
Like,
And you've got like a really thick redneck accent. You'd have to walk in there. Hey, where I sign up?
like, sir, if
fuck
you just
outta here.
walk right out that door and go left, you're there.
I want to get in on the Sea Army.
We'll march on the water.
I'm so glad we're not popular. So many navy people would be so pissed.
My family is Navy, so
Well, don't let them watch this one.
One of our viewers happens to have been Navy.
We appreciate their service. in the Sea Army.
TJ just doesn't know what branch you work for.
I'm sorry. There's so many branches now. What with Space Force,
You're gonna have the space. You're gonna have the space.
Space Army.
Space pirate Haruto.
Anyways, back to
Curtis.
Origins and Odyssey.
All right, Curtis. So, Odyssey.
So yes, I've been playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Inspired by Matt's playthrough, I've been exploring my own little world, walking around. I've probably got almost 60 hours in, and I don't think I've crossed maybe 3 of the main lands.
Jesus, Curtis. Okay, so
There's a lot of combing things to do.
as I do with this question here, because I asked Matt about this when he was on the podcast, have you hung from the genitals of one of the giant statues of the Greek gods?
Within
the better way to
5
phrase
minutes.
that question.
Within 5 minutes.
The better way to phrase that question is: have you hung on the well hung?
Have you hung from the well-hung pantheon?
Yeah.
Here is
It
your
was kind of a
pantheon of
letdown.
penises.
It was kind of a letdown.
The biggest dong in video game history.
Oh,
Which
okay.
my character exclaims that they should not have been hanging from this.
Yeah.
Does he say it? Like, I shouldn't be here. This is weird.
Actually, it was the female.
That's who I decided to play as well.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Cassandra's cool.
I have a quick question. So the male and female, those are totally separate storylines instead of just being like you can play the male or female version or
Male
They're
and female version.
it's the exact same storyline. They just change one plot point in the story to make either one correct.
Male
So
ship,
it's-
fem ship.
Yeah. It's like playing male or female shepherd.
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
one thing in the story they have to go eat, and then everything else just lines right up.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
One section they cut off the guy's genitals, and the other section they just punch her in the gut. I don't know.
You were
I
gonna go
haven't
somewhere
even
else with
played.
it.
No spoilers, man. I don't know how far in you are.
Here's how far I'm in. I haven't even turned on my little token yet to play the game on the stream. I've been busy.
I have a question because I've actually never played any of the Assassin's Creeds on PC. Do you play with mouse and keyboard or do you use controller? Because I know Matt
I
plays
do.
on PC.
I play mouse and keyboard.
Do you?
Yes.
I always felt like it'd be easier with a controller, or maybe it's
I
like-
prefer controller.
like with Assassin's Creed games. I just feel like they're more centered around the controller because that's where they basically come from console. But
Here's the thing I will say about keyboard versus controller.
Mhm.
In the previous titles, in everything prior to Syndicate, the keyboard is slightly limiting in the fact that one key can only ever do one thing.
right.
Whereas in Origins and Odyssey, when you go into key bindings for the PC, you can assign multiple commands to the exact same button press. And then at a certain point, if you assign too many commands to the same button, the game will say, hey, you've got like 3 commands assigned to this button. Some of these commands may start to overlap, where you could do one or the other at the same time.
Mhm.
Like if you assigned climb up and climb down to the same button, the game's like, I'm gonna let you do this, but it's probably gonna interfere with gameplay.
I can't climb this ladder.
But it really helps in the effect of like I've binded probably 3 or 4 commands to the E key, but none of them can be done at the same time. So like one of them is for swimming, and one of them is for walking, and one of them is for when I'm on my horse.
Gotcha.
And so they don't technically interfere, but the game still gives you the same warning. So it does it helps there, but even in the previous titles, I never really had an issue with it.
Do you feel it plays better with mouse and keyboard? Obviously, because you use mouse and keyboard.
Personally, I do. But I mean, I'm also the kind of guy that I cannot play first-person shooters on a controller. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of people that are like, dude, I love dual analogs. I love playing Halo with dual sticks, and I can just headshot things in a split second. And I'm like, I can't even figure out how to walk and look at the same time. So I'm like, you give me a mouse and keyboard, I will play every game with that. I don't even care.
Here's the thing, like I used to play like a lot of Black Ops. I played with controller a lot, but now I can't since I now have a gaming PC over not having one. I play everything on PC, and I tried playing Black Ops at my brother's house with a controller, and I felt so slow and clumsy. I was like, I know how to do this, but I can't do it anymore because I've seen the light.
Like motor skills don't work.
But at the same time, when I play games like Grand Theft Auto, I'm mostly playing with a controller.
Yeah.
Because despite what Daniel thinks, driving cars is easier with a controller than it is a mouse and keyboard.
Hey,
Yep.
hold on now.
Now, like I said, despite what you think.
Yeah. You can say that all you want. Michael was there. Michael saw me in Need for Speed.
Too.
I
mentioned that.
burned
I will
people's
say
ass.
if I play like emulators for SNES or GameCube or whatever, PlayStation, I bust out my controller for that because I just can't. I can't map that to my keyboard. That's like sacrilege.
It would be weird though. It's like, what should I use as these keys?
Yeah. So it's not like I'm anti-controller. It's
Right.
just
The main
Yeah.
reason I was asking because I'm wanting to install more games on my laptop so I can play them when I'm not at home. And playing with a mouse and keyboard is a little awkward when you don't have a desk.
Yep.
So like I was looking at Tomb Raider and stuff like that because those are all games that translate very well to a controller.
All
It's-
the Assassin's Creed games, even on PC, specifically do have controller options. You just say I'm playing with a controller, and it has a default gaming layout from like the PS4 settings.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah,
to know.
And I will say, in the like 30 minutes that I spent actually playing it, which I might actually do that tonight. I may sit down and actually play that tonight. Anyway, controller felt better to me than mouse and keyboard, and it may be because I've only ever played Assassin's Creed on a controller before, but also it just felt like the controls were a little bit weirder on mouse and keyboard, and maybe I need to go in and rebind them. But
It could also be just getting used to them. But
yeah.
I played through.
I was gonna say I feel like we're taking away from Curtis's business.
That was as much business as I've had the opportunity for. Everything else has been crammed through other stuff that I've already been busy with.
Fun things in the real life world. Not really fun.
Good
at
song.
all.
Good.
You like my bottom tagline? Not really fun at all.
I
You gotta have that lower level there.
only have the lower level.
Okay. Well,
I'm
sorry, I'm not
I'm basement garbage.
your basement garbage. All right, Curtis. So that's really all you've been kind of playing lately has been Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah, other than that, helping coach the daughter's softball team.
Woo, softball.
So they went third place in their last tournament.
Yay.
Nice.
Congrats.
I miss
They got another one
softball.
coming up November 10th.
I'm gonna
I'll
be
down
there.
towards the Dallas area.
I'm
We'll
gonna be
in
there.
so.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there.
Oh, that's
Nice.
awesome.
Very cool.
I wish I could be there.
So that's
All
exciting.
in good time.
Well, we'll see about that.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and go next. In the world of Arcade Rage, the saga has finally come to an end.
Yeah.
Thankfully. And you would sit here and think that the next words out of my mouth were Walmart has come through and shipped the arcade cabinet to me.
Yay,
and
Walmart.
No.
Oh,
They're a
boo,
bunch
Walmart.
of worthless pricks because all I did was call up one of the local Walmarts and said, hey, I noticed there's a few Galaga machines running around at a couple of Walmart stores. Do you have one? Yes. I'm coming to get it.
Not the tiny one, right?
Not the tiny one that the dude in the store was like, I told you so. No, it was the big one, the 4-footer. I got to the store. I said, this is exactly what I was wanting. I said, thank you, kind lady. And then I went ahead and bought the riser as well.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I paid for the arcade cabinet. And then I got on my phone and I went to Walmart's website and I said, give me my damn refund. And then within minutes, I had my money back.
Nice.
So thank you, Walmart, for the free $50 gift card. This is for you.
Not sponsored ever.
Sorry, bastards. I'm sorry, but that pisses me off.
That is fucked up.
That is.
Fill your orders. Especially people who pre-order this thing. Get it
Yeah.
out to them before you start shoving all this stock onto the floor.
Yeah.
I was so mad. But I have my machine. I've got to put it together sometime this weekend. So
Yay.
that's a thing that I will be doing, and then relentless Galaga playing will take place. So the arcade saga is over. I have my thing that I wanted.
Actually, it's just moved into build phase.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll see. There may be rage later. We'll find out at that point. I did play Red Dead Redemption 2.
Nice.
Wow.
Lucky.
Did you pet a dog?
I did not pet a dog.
Oh, I don't care.
Disappointing.
Yeah. I will say that I have played for probably 3 hours so far. I have not seen the title screen yet.
Really?
Yes.
What?
Yes. I have not seen the title screen where it's like Red Dead Redemption.
So you just started the game and it was like, here you go.
Yeah, it's kind of like
no start menu.
Well,
or
I mean,
anything?
it'll let you do like just like Grand Theft Auto 5. You have an option for story mode, and then you'll have an option for online mode whenever it launches.
Yeah.
It has
Oh,
that.
it hasn't even launched yet.
Not online.
Not online mode. It's online mode is coming soon.
Oh, that's gonna be sick.
Oh, I know.
And broken for a while, and
I
then
know.
they'll fix it sort of, and then they'll get it to a point where
GTA
it's
5
okay,
over
but they'll
again,
never
yeah.
really finish it.
Then you'll have Red Dead bucks.
Yeah.
Looking forward to
Can you-
playing Red Dead 2 with you guys. So.
Can
Yeah.
you jump over a ramp and flip your horse?
I'll have to try.
You got to find the stunt
Oh.
jumps.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So I launched story mode, and I've done somewhat of the story mode so far. I'm gonna say this, it's not a spoiler. I find it really interesting, like taking your headphones off is gonna save your ass. I find it really interesting that Grand Theft Auto 5 started with a snow level, and Red Dead Redemption 2, you start in snow.
Nice.
I'm not talking about the story or anything. It's just you start in snow. And I found it super interesting that that little bit kind of ties together in a nice
Same
little
universe
bow.
confirmed.
Same universe confirmed.
Technically, they're already confirmed the
So-
same universe.
That's true when you can use John Marston as your
Your dad.
great
Or
grandfather
great grandfather, yeah.
in GTA 5
Plus,
online.
there's Red Dead Redemption weapons in GTA Online.
Yeah.
That snow though,
Wow.
the way it, yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Good-
It is nice.
Good snow.
Oh, it's good snow.
It's very good snow.
That's
They
some good snow, man.
they have done miracle levels of quality in this game, and I've read so much about people bitching and complaining about the movement and the controls of the game. And when I played, I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about.
They feel solid to me.
It's fine. And all these
Yeah.
other people are like, oh, it feels so stiff and it's a problem. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? I'm just like, it's like, it works. No problems. I'm trying to be as vague as possible.
Can you do that one more time for me? Thank you.
He got a laugh out of that.
Anything
It's
for
like-
a laugh.
It was just joy in his face.
It's just, pardon me. The game is just, the quality is there. There's the reason, it is exactly the reason why you would very much expect the game to have taken so long and have so much money spent on it. When you are playing this first section, and technically I'm going to say I'm out of a section where, or I'm in a section now where I feel like you kind of first have that opportunity to kind of be free. If Michael will probably realize what I'm talking about, I'm at that point in the game. And now that I'm there and it's kind of things are opened up for me, I'm just looking, I'm like, oh my God, there's so much to do. And they're just like the views in the game, just like what we saw on all the trailers when you're walking around. Oh man.
Yeah, it's not just in the trailer. You go on your horse somewhere, like a couple minutes, suddenly there'll just be like a view, and you're just like,
There is
whoa.
and the bastards, Rockstar, they know it's good. You know why they know it's good?
Because they show it off right away.
No, because when you are riding in the game on your horse, there is a button dedicated to turn on scenic camera mode.
Oh, so they just carried that over from
Yes.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yes,
That's
you can
cool.
sit there, and just like in the previous one where you can hold a button and keep pace with somebody as they ride,
Yeah.
they built that same mechanic into this game, so you can hold that button and keep pace, and then press another button and turn on scenic camera mode.
Very cool.
So you're just sitting there like scenic shots all the way.
Yeah. And again, this isn't. It's related to what Daniel's saying, so it's not a spoiler. you can set a waypoint somewhere on the map, and then just start tapping X to go along the road, go into scenic mode, and then your character will automatically follow your waypoint
Yeah.
as
Very
the
cool.
cinematic.
It's
watches.
ridiculous. It is just like, what are you doing, Rockstar? And they're like, we're making your game life beautiful. I'm like, all right.
Beautiful scenery. You pet a dog. You shoot a guy. Play some cards. It's a good time.
I tell you what, I literally cannot wait until, I guess it'll probably be another, maybe a little bit before we can actually start talking about the game itself. We'll have to talk about it during Game of the Year podcast.
That's fine. The world feels alive when you're walking through it too. It does.
It's okay,
That's all I
Curtis.
was
No. Come back. We're not spoiling anything.
No, we're not spoiling anything.
We're not spoiling anything. We're not spoiling anything.
I'm done.
That's all I'll go into about Red Dead. I don't want to spoil anything about the game just because this is one of those games that, because it's Rockstar and it comes around every 5-6 years, that it's just the game.
Yeah.
But we'll see where it stacks up in the Game of the Year podcast, because now we have more people here for Game of the Year. So we'll have more decisions to be made for Game of the Year channel-wise, because we've got a lot wider breadth of flavor when it comes to video gaming. So I'm very excited to see how that pans out.
Yeah.
So, Red Dead. I played Red Dead. Boy, howdy. There was something else, and I've already forgotten.
Pacifists?
Fat piss?
Fat piss?
I didn't say.
I heard fat pacifist.
Fat pacifist?
Fat pacifist.
It's a fat pacifist show.
That was really
No, I
funny.
guess that's gonna be it. I swear I think I played something else this week and I can't remember what it was. But oh yeah, well I will say that the install times on Red Dead.
It told you it took me 2 hours to install the damn thing.
I put one disc in, I ignored it, and went and did a whole bunch of household work and chores and honey-do list stuff. Then come back, took the disc out, stuck another disc in, and then left the house to go do stuff and come back. And then finally I was like, the game is downloaded everything and ready to go. So
Did you reboot before you start?
I was about to say, did your PS4 crash when
my
you started?
PS4 did not crash. It worked
Mine
just
did.
fine.
He's got the Spider-Man PS4.
Yeah,
it's
mine's
good to go.
sticky. It's good.
Gross.
Wait, why is it sticky?
Because it's got Spooderman on it.
Spooter.
What was that, Splooger Man?
Stop. Stop.
The implication.
I will say PS4 Pro version, very nice. It makes that little edge, that little 4K bump, that much more nicer.
I'm going to have to buy a PS4 now.
I
was going to get it on Xbox, but if both of you already have it on PS4, then I have to get it on PS4 so we can play together, because we don't start to know crossplay.
Yeah, that's true.
Fuckers.
Well,
Yeah, it's...
yet.
Yeah.
Unless you're Fortnite. Then you get crossplay.
Fuck that.
Yeah, exactly. Curtis's sentiments is my sentiments. 100%.
Don't hold back now. Tell us how you really feel.
I played it when it first started, before it blew up into all this popular stuff, and I didn't see the big thrill in it. So
Fucking
and all the crap that they've added to it, nothing's enticing me
hipster
to go
Curtis.
back.
I played before it was cool.
I did.
I know.
Back in my day,
I hate that.
my
Like when,
controller had 2 red buttons.
whenever something gets really popular, it's like I played before it was cool, and everybody's like, "Oh, fuck you," and I'm like, "No, I really did. I wasn't trying to be. I'm so cool. I was literally. I'm sorry."
Oh, well, I'm gonna go ahead and end my business there. I think there was something else, but we'll just stop it there. Red Dead is great, and I can't wait to play more this weekend. I've been dying to play it all week considering it's been an absolute shit week. So that's the one thing I've been looking forward to is Red Dead Redemption.
Or Spider-Man. Immediately got forgotten about.
Poor Spooderman.
Spooderman.
I'll finish Spider-Man before the end of the year.
I'll finish Spider-Man yet.
It's a really good game.
Yeah.
It's really
Matt-
good.
Matt doesn't feel sorry about him.
Matt doesn't care about Spider-Man. He calls him Spider Poop Man.
What does spider poop look like?
I don't know. Spider
Anyway,
poop? Yeah, let's go ahead.
random question.
Listen, spider poop.
All right, Matt and Cody, y'all are the only two that have not gone yet for business for this week. Which one do you want to go next?
I can go ahead and go.
Oh, before you go, tell us about your new haircut.
Oh, thank you for noticing.
It looks good on you, man.
You are literally the only person who has said anything about it.
I was gonna say something earlier. I was like, I'll wait till it's business so he can tell us about his haircut.
Damn, you're looking good.
Well, you see, I woke up this morning. Okay, honestly, I have to say I am very thankful for a day where I can wake up without needing to use my alarm clock.
Nice.
Ooh.
There is very few better feelings than waking up feeling well rested without the alarm clock waking you up. Like you woke up on your own.
Usually, if I wake
got
up feeling
that.
well rested, it's because I overslept.
Like, I feel great. Ah, shit.
That's exactly. I was like, oh man, that was a good shit.
But yeah, no, I knew I needed a haircut. I figured get it as soon as I can because I will need to get another one before PAX because my hair is gonna grow out by then, I'm sure. So I went early this time. It wasn't quite as long as it normally was, but it feels better. It feels good to have like air touching my skin now. Like I feel like when my hair is longer, I don't feel the air anymore.
I don't know what that feels like anymore.
I've forgotten what air feels like.
Did I can't remember. Did I talk about the D&D one shot that I did last week, or was that after the podcast that I did that?
I don't remember. Why don't you tell
No.
us about it?
No, you were your Halloween one shot?
Yeah.
No, we hadn't talked about it because Halloween came. That came.
Yeah, you were
after
talking about.
Halloween.
You were talking about. You were going to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, did the Halloween one shot. It's streamed. It's archived. It's on my YouTube for anyone who wants to go watch it. It was hilarious. My buddy Dulor never fails to deliver on a stupid and silly storyline that is just fun. It's so much fun. So last year, we were a group of adventurers that for some reason were hired to blow up the what's it called? The 5th of November. Remember the 5th of November? I can't remember what the building's called now that they blew up.
The
gunpowder-
Parliament?
Yeah, Parliament. Thank you. So we were hired to blow up Parliament in Neo-London. All right. So we went through that story last year. This year, we were a bunch of adventurers who were signing up for a underground illegal racing ring.
Nice.
So we had the options of racing on horses, racing on a battle wagon, which was like a steel-clad battle wagon with 2 horses, and all 4 of us could fit in it, or we could get sports cars because it was based off of the Fast and the Furious. So of course,
I feel like the sports cars would beat the horses.
I think the sports cars would be
yes.
the ultimate choice.
Yeah.
they would.
You would think that, but
You would think that. However, Curtis was there and watched some of this. The racetrack we were on was basically a cave system, so flooring it in a sports car did not work.
Also, horses do great in caves. They're cave natural habitat.
cave dwelling animals.
Yes.
And from
Have you played Skyrim? Come on.
They're mountain goats. Never took one in a cave.
But yeah, so my character, I decided to play a turtle monk, who was a monk of the 4 elements. So I basically had elemental spells that I could use.
Were you
And,
the last Airbender?
I would
He was
honestly,
the slowest
I was,
airbender.
I was the mix of the Last Airbender, Dragon Ball Z,
Oh shit!
and because okay, I'll get to this in a minute. I forget what the other thing I was. Ninja Turtle. That's what it was.
Obviously.
I was a Ninja
I
Turtle,
mean,
basically.
weird that you forgot that your
Teenage
turtle character was a
Mutant
ninja.
Airbender.
Yeah, pretty much.
Awesome.
Anyway, so 3 of us are on the battle wagon. 1 of us takes a horse, and just before the race starts, there's like all these other people. We have an Amish guy in a single horse-drawn carriage. We have a cart that is pulled by dogs, right? So it's a dog sled. We have a carriage that is pulled by undead horses. We have a guy, an invisible guy, in a boat. Just in a boat.
Obviously.
My favorite.
His name was Greg.
Is this Wacky Races?
Sounds like it.
I thought,
Yeah, honestly, that's what I thought.
Where's Grape Ape?
Where's Snidely Whiplash?
Yeah.
Grape Ape was pretty much okay. So there was also a rickshaw. There was a super muscular guy who was covered in oil pulling a rickshaw.
Was it
there was a bard. What?
I was going to say, was it Greased Up Deaf Guy?
I don't know.
You're never going to catch me. Never gonna get me.
I'm touching all the candy.
He was pulling I think he was a gnome bard who was playing a trombone or a tuba for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, and then there was a PUBG like dune buggy that had a turret on it. It was like completely metal, and then there was a sports car that was riddled with bullets that we were facing off against.
Fun.
So yeah, pretty much wacky racers all around. In the first round, 3 of them couldn't make the first turn and slammed into a wall and blew themselves up.
Horses?
I would like to hear
Horses.
that the horse blew up.
Yes.
Because you know what the horses drink for fuel?
Gasoline.
The horses drank gasoline.
Horsepower
run
needs
into things,
gasoline.
they
So
blow up.
you need-
Oh my god. I love it.
So a few of the awesome moments for me, they were my pivotal moments as my character, because my character in this game, as you will find out, and I'm just going to tell you because I doubt anyone's really going to sit there and watch all 5 hours of this playthrough. I was an undercover cop.
Oh,
I was
shit.
basically Paul Walker.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Did you have a really terrible dye job? And some terrible hair?
Did you end up
I
in
was
a
bald.
tree?
No,
Aw.
he avoided the tree.
That was
I did
much
avoid
later
the
in the series.
However, I did cause a wreck. So around one of the first turns that we made, a druid that was on our team decided to throw down the field of spikes, like a 20-foot radius thing of spikes. And our horses, if they were going to walk over them, were going to get killed by just stepping on these spikes.
Because they explode.
And then they would explode.
It's like
So naturally,
wall of thorns, except on the ground.
yes, naturally, as a 450-pound turtle, I throw a rope to my teammate, tell him to tie it around the yoke, the truss that connects the horses. He ties it around it. I grab the rope, tie it around myself, and then jump off the back of the wagon, thus pulling on it and causing the wagon to lift up, and the horses went skyward. So the wagon was on 2 wheels and went through the spikes unfazed because it was covered in steel, and I took a little bit of damage even though I was riding on my shell.
Huh.
You're 450 pounds, and you
Yep,
have
at the
2
ballpark.
horses in front full of gas?
You know how heavy
Yep.
horses are? They're heavier than 450 pounds.
But when you suddenly apply that leverage, you went, whoop, so it worked. It was fine. And we made
Physics.
it. We were good.
I can
Oh,
see
it-
the wheels turning in Daniel's head. He's ready to explode.
I'm just sitting there
It
going,
gets
it's like
better.
mathematical.
It gets so much better. Are you ready for this?
Oh yeah, come
we-
on now.
We in basically horses and wagon combined was probably about 40 feet worth of tiles. Had to make a 90-degree turn.
Oh god.
That gave us about 20 feet worth of room.
Of course.
So after we somehow magically drifted a battle wagon around a corner,
As
we
you
had
do.
we were faced with this 90-degree turn. So you know what I did?
Just jump off the
I
wagon.
ran.
Jumped off the
I ran. No, I jumped on the wagon. I ran, jumped over the driver's seat, and landed on that same kind of fulcrum point and caused the wagon to tilt upward. So as the horses went around the corner, the wagon flipped upward and slid around the corner and then dropped back down.
This is very unrealistic.
D&D Beyond. It's D&D.
Yep.
That's fun.
And then to top it all off, we had to we started going downhill, and at the base of this hill was a bridge going over a small ravine. Well, a cave-in happened and knocked the bridge down, so we had to pick up enough speed, ramp over the bridge, right?
Mm-hmm.
So me not wanting any of the other players to meet the guy at the end that I was supposed to bust and arrest, did everything I could to ensure that we made the 3 checks, and then right at the last minute, I tied a rope to the reins, jumped off the back of the wagon, pulled the horses to slow them down, and then as they slowed down, they ended up failing going over the bridge. So the wagon crashed into the ravine, and as it crashed, it pulled me and flung me across the ravine. And as I was in the air, I summoned my flying nimbus.
And won the race.
I did. I summoned my flying nimbus and won the race.
Then I got on my magic pole and extended it. It was whee!
Because as the airbender, I had the option of having a spell that allowed me to fly on the cloud that cornered extremely well and moved 140 feet a second.
Well, by God.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you cheated.
Sort of.
No.
I'm kidding.
That's D&D.
Yep. It was a whole lot of fun, and I ended up getting I never got caught by them. I basically sabotaged the other players. They eventually climbed out of the ravine, chased after me, and by the time that they got to where I was, I had knocked out the crime lord that I was going after, kidnapped him, and whisked him away through a secret door.
And then after you crashed your cars, you gave him the keys to your car, and he ran away. You became best friends.
There was a $5,000 reward, or 5,000 gold reward. I just took a handful of the money and left the rest of it for the other 3.
Oh, screw that, man. I took it all.
I was a cop. I didn't need it.
Cops don't get paid that
I was
much.
a cop. I didn't need it.
Yeah, that's why I just took a handful, which was probably about 2 handfuls. I think I managed to get anywhere between 500 to 1,000 gold pieces, just like shoveling it out. Big turtle hands.
If there's anything in D&D that you don't understand, just imagine that there was a wizard casting fly somewhere, and you're good.
Or turtle
Pretty
flying through the air.
That's what I'm saying. There's a wizard that was casting fly. Everything's fine. Makes all the sense in the world now.
Awesome.
Yep.
That sounds
sounds like
actually
fun.
hilarious.
Yeah.
It is. It's actually quite funny.
And the one time I used a spell, keep in mind I'm a level 10 monk, so I had a ton of spells at my disposal. The one time I used a spell was to grab the crime lord at the end. I used Water Whip to grab him, pull him toward me, and then I hit him with a flurry of blows and knocked him out in one turn.
Like stunning strike.
Pretty much.
Very
And it was all
nice.
mine.
Very nice.
But yeah, so that was my Halloween one shot, which was awesome. Aside from that, man, this week has been an emotional roller coaster for me.
Oh.
Oh.
I have found out that I may end up extending my schooling for another year
No.
due to oversights upon my degree.
No.
Oh no.
I registered for my last semester. Or
Forgot
what I
to
thought
take
was
PE,
going to
didn't
be
you?
my last semester. No, I took PE. I did that first semester. Tai
Is that
Chi.
really
It
a
was fun.
thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
I did bowling.
Yeah. If I had gone to high school around here, I probably could have gotten it transferred, but I needed a physical wellness because I didn't have a transcript because I was homeschooled.
Fair enough.
But yes, I registered and applied for graduation, and I got an email back saying that I was missing a requirement, a computer programming class.
What?
I had to take a computer programming elective. So I forwarded it to my advisor and asked her, and because I thought the internship I was taking was supposed to cover some elective or something like that. And come to find out, the only thing it covers is my capstone class. So I registered for my capstone class, security class, and what was the other thing? Oh, IT support class to teach you how to be a good support technician. Right.
Sorry.
Matt.
Yeah.
For everyone who doesn't know, Matt works in IT.
This is what I do for a living.
Yeah.
So that's funny.
So after emailing back and forth with her for a little bit, she informs me that my internship is supposed to replace the capstone, which, the capstone is your final class. That is like your end-all be-all, supposedly. So my internship that I'm taking this semester is supposed to replace that. But then when looking at my degree evaluation, it looks like instead of having 4 classes, I'm supposed to have 5 that I still have to do.
Oof.
I have one more computer elective, apparently, a computer programming elective. I have a social science elective, and then the IT support and the security fundamentals that I still have to take.
Wow.
Sadness.
So if I do indeed have 5 classes, what I will probably see about doing if I can is breaking them into 3 and 2. So I'll do 3 this coming semester, 3 classes this coming semester to give me a little bit of a break, and then 2 my final semester.
So it's really only going to extend your schooling by 1 additional semester?
Right. But I have to wait the entire summer. So it's spring and then fall, instead of it just being done in May.
But you can graduate in December or January or whenever the final graduation. Okay.
Yeah, I'd be able to graduate in December of 2019, but I was expecting May of 2019.
Oh, that means you won't be you won't have a ceremony, yeah?
I think they still do a ceremony in December.
They do.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I didn't go to college. I'm fucking dumb.
But yeah, so I found that out today, and that was a big damper on my mood. But I will be meeting with my advisor on Monday, and we'll talk it over and figure it out, and I'll bring that up to her because I think we overlooked it, but there was also something on another sheet of paper that I had that she went over with me that shows a computer elective that could have been replaced by another class that I already took, but that I was also required to take. So I'm just not sure.
Would it be possible, just out of weirdness, would it be possible for you to take 4 classes in the spring and 1 class during summer 1 and then graduate in the summer?
If the class is available in the summer, I could. I'll have to look into that too. Because if there is a summer class for one of them, I will take that in the summer and get it over with, even though it shortens it by half the time. So it's an 8-week class instead of 15.
But then you're only taking 1 course.
Right.
So,
and then I'm done in the summer, and it's a lot better.
No.
well, good luck with that, bud.
Thanks. And then to end it with a light note, I was contacted by a buddy of mine that I haven't heard from in like 3 years. He kind of fell off the face of the earth and spontaneously called me last night. So I basically grew up with the guy. And we look alike to the point where he will tell people that I'm his brother and they will believe him. So it was really good to hear from him. So that was a nice upturn.
That's cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. Aside from that, haven't really played any games. Studied a lot of math, and yeah, I'm exhausted.
Take a break for a bit. And we'll let Matt talk about what his business has been this week.
Mine's pretty short.
Okay.
Let's talk about your business, not that.
You got me.
Got him.
Because you tried to pull it out earlier and you couldn't get a hold of it.
Oh, so fucking savage.
Hey, I don't see you guys very much. Y'all
That's why he's got that small pocket he was talking about, right?
That's it.
It's just Curtis
It's just
brings
so
the
small.
heat.
I'm glad it's not me this time.
But anyway, I played a little Odyssey. Not very much, primarily because every time I sat down to stream, I was all like, you know what I want to play? I want to play RimWorld. So I played a lot of RimWorld. And that's really stupid good. It's just so good. Being able to have mods that work now,
Yeah.
quality of life improvements, man.
Mhm.
I finally finished that full, or well, what he has uploaded of that playthrough, the
Nice.
ice sheet. That's crazy.
It's good.
Like, seriously, he still only has those 2 colonists. It's like, what?
Jeez, I could not imagine what that's like.
I'm tempted to do a randomized run where I log into the world and I go random characters, random location, go, and just let the game give me what it will, and then have me kind of suffer through it.
If I play the game, I really want to try that Randy randomizer, like a run with him, because that looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then in addition to that, I think it was Saturday, Cappy completed her Mass Effect 1 playthrough.
Nice.
Yay, go
Hey,
Cappy!
yeah.
So there were tears of sadness and tears of joy with that. And she debated very soon about immediately jumping into Mass Effect 2 because she was like, holy shit, I can't believe that you told me this game was so good and I didn't believe you for so long. So
Like you would lie to her, right?
You're just spinning stories, that's all.
maybe. But yeah, so unfortunately she's not going to be able to start that for another week though, because I'm going out of town for work and won't be back until Friday. So at the earliest she could start on Friday, but I don't think she would start the first day I got back.
Welcome back. Sit your ass down.
Yeah, we're doing this. Other than that, it's been pretty mellow at work. Work's kind of slowing down because in our IT, in the company I work for, we only cover small to medium-sized businesses for IT support, and most of their fiscal year ends at the end of December. So by this point of the year, they've spent the vast majority of their IT budget, and they can't really afford to do any projects or anything. So the last couple of months are usually pretty slow, and then January we have a lot of planning and quoting, and then we get real busy in February and March with people buying a bunch of stuff and wanting everything installed.
Got to get the latest and greatest, newest thing, and then have it installed and updated.
And it has to work perfectly.
Yeah, because if it doesn't work perfectly, it's
Why
your
do we
fault
even pay you?
immediately.
What the?
Well, there's that one thing that we share around the office periodically that's like, everything's working great and we haven't had any problems for 6 months.
Yeah.
What the hell do we pay you for?
Yeah.
And the first second anything breaks, they look at you and say, what the hell do we pay you for? So it's like IT people nobody ever likes IT people. They're like, if it's broken, we hate you. And if nothing's broken, we hate you because we're wasting money on this.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know
It's
where
like,
my
What do we pay you for?
I know where my
Yeah.
bread is buttered in the IT world. When I had issues with IT, when I worked previous job, I knew where my bread was buttered. I was friends with the IT people. That made my life easy.
Yes,
I'll
it
be
will.
honest. The one of my favorite things is we've kind of have this unwritten rule that we sometimes follow and sometimes don't, depending on who the customer is. But it's basically like, your lack of planning does not mean it's an emergency.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if you didn't plan this ahead of time and now tomorrow you've got this huge meeting that you need teleconferencing set up for, but you haven't even bought equipment yet, it's like,
I've only known about this meeting for 3 months. It's
see,
tomorrow.
this is-
Let's
this
get
is-
on it.
this is not my fault.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here.
You know, it's funny. My boss actually has a plaque in the IT office that says, it's like, your failure to plan does not
Constitute.
Constitute.
Constitute my basically dropping everything to solve it for you. I don't remember what the saying is.
I hope it says all of that.
I don't know what it is.
I think it's your failure to plan does not constitute an emergency on my end or something.
Yeah. It's a relatively common saying in the IT world. Because you get that's you just prepare for that if this is the field you want to go into. You're gonna have people calling you and saying, I've got a meeting in 15 minutes and nothing's working. And you're like, well,
I'll be there in 20.
Yeah. I'm on the other side of town. I can get there in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, what can you do for me right now?
Have you unplugged your machine?
Have you tried rebooting your modem?
Drive over there, and I'll see you in about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
You're going to have to delay your meeting.
Maybe you should have run a dry run yesterday.
Yeah. And another thing is like everyone lies.
Oh yeah.
So like, yes, of course I checked it. Turned on yesterday. Check it again. Look in the back. Is it plugged in?
We have two big sayings. It's the customer lies, and the customer's an idiot.
Yeah.
And we don't and we don't mean that in a negative aspect. We're like, it's the customer literally doesn't know what they're talking about. So if the customer calls you and says, one of my favorite stories is this customer called me one time and said, I can't print. And so I spent like 30 minutes trying to help figure out what his printer problem was. And finally I was like, what are you trying to do? And he goes, well, if I go to this website, it doesn't load. So I can't print it. And I'm like, you don't have internet. That's your problem. It has got nothing to do with printing. But for like 30 minutes, I was chasing this printer problem that didn't exist.
Oh.
And in addition to the other one, like users lie, and it's usually it's either a combination of A, they don't know they're lying because they don't know what they're talking about, or B, they think they're going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
And I on a regular, like every 2 or 3 days, I have to tell someone on the phone, look, I just need to know what you did. I'm not going to tell your boss, but I can't fix it if I don't know what the problem is.
If I have to escalate this, then someone is going to find out.
And then they're like, well, I got this email that said, click here to earn like $50 in Buckaroo Bonsai bucks or something. And now I've got all this stuff downloaded on my computer. And I'm like, okay, that's all I wanted. Now I can...
Now I can download the Buckaroo Bonzu Bucks Cleaner and get this shit off.
Exactly. So, it's a fun job. I love it, but so it can be annoying sometimes.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm gonna be gone all next week, so I get back on Thursday night. So.
Ooh.
Good stuff, man.
But that's all my business.
All right. Well, then, I guess we can go ahead and plow on to the news this week.
News.
Let's see if we keep the news a little bit short. I will start out with the news this week. Oh, what, you got news, TJ?
I got nothing.
All right. All right. There's one person down. Curtis has got nothing, too. All right. That takes care of Curtis and TJ. Look, we're doing great. Let's eliminate the top row right now.
My news was already mentioned.
Perfect.
We're going to talk about. We're going to talk about on Halloween. MIT gave you control of a real person in a dystopian game that sounded like a Black Mirror episode. Is what the title of the article is.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. That's dystopian.
Dystopian. I don't care. Look, I have dyslexia.
Not dyslexia.
God.
Okay, everybody quit picking on it.
It's all right. That's the way it is every episode.
He's like, I can't wait till we start playing D&D. I'm gonna fuck you assholes up.
Roll for a charisma check. Oh, a natural 1. Sorry.
You died.
The homo on the street stabbed you.
Roll for initiative.
just in advance, it's I can't even pronounce it now.
Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
I've heard prestidigitation, and shut up.
Yeah.
Prestidigitation.
Thaumaturgy.
Perception.
And thaumaturgy.
Okay, back to
Thaumaturgy.
controlling real
Thaumaturgy
people.
I'm fine with. Prestidigitation is going to be fun. Just don't make me say it a whole lot. We'll be
Hey,
okay.
what's that word again? How do you spell this?
Abracadabra.
It's a magical thing where you clean up all your clothes. Anyway, I hope Cody can survive his constitution checks. Or he might end up with herpes. Anyway, this Halloween, the creepiest event took place.
I'm a monk. I'm abstinent.
So you think.
Oh my god, where's this game gonna go?
I don't know. Let's find out where people like to take it. Anyway, so MIT basically strapped a camera to a guy's head and outsourced all his entire decision making. So all his decisions were to be made by the internet. Now, they did go through and say anything that violates the law or puts the guy who is basically surrendering his will or his privacy in danger was forbidden.
Can't not tap himself.
No, well, that's not technically in danger, but more or less they can't
Have
make
you ever
him
been
go.
not tapped? It's unsettling.
It hurts like hell. They weren't going to make him go up and grab somebody's boobs or stuff like that. They cut that crap out. But they let him go around and, do all sorts of things. I've been trying to find an update to see how this went from Halloween, but I haven't seen the actual MIT website. It's bme.com, I think. Hold on, before you actually quote me on that. I will have to look.
This is like Twitch Plays Dave.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dave.
Okay, it's media.mit.edu/project/bme/overview.
Boy, that's a mouthful.
Look up BME MIT in Google. You'll find it. Anyway, I was looking for an update to it. There's no update or anything how it went. So once I figure out actually how it went, I just thought it was really weird that they kind of just opened this guy up to be like your own human video game.
That's pretty fun, though.
Well,
Yeah. That's
I mean,
interesting.
Like imagine you come into work and it's like, today, you only have to do what other people tell you.
it's like, I'm not going to think about what I do. Do all your work right now. Well, shit, goddamn.
Sit down.
Internet.
Fill out your forms. Fuck.
Fill out your
I don't
T9
even
forms.
have to do forms.
So everybody was
How-
playing. Go ahead, buddy.
I was just gonna ask, how long did this go on for?
It went for one night.
Like how many
Vague.
hours?
More than one.
Yeah. It started Halloween night and ended probably, I believe it was midnight. It started, in November they stopped. They didn't let it go on forever. The guy didn't, the guy's got a life. They just paid him
I
for
didn't
a
know
few
if it was
hours.
Like, 6 hours, 8 hours, 4 hours, like how long it was gonna go.
I'm gonna
because
bet 2 to 3 hours.
It probably went
Oh,
somewhere around there.
all I'm picturing is someone say, "Go to the bathroom."
All you get is a message that says, "I don't have to poop."
Like, wow, I've already moved my bowels. Wow, I've already moved my bowels. And then 4chan gets a hold of it. Stop it!
I was gonna make a joke about that game Fox Hunt, but never mind.
Oh, God.
I was
Fox
gonna
Hunt!
say maybe people should make him search his couch for keys.
Yeah.
And what?
My keys. Pull out a french fry.
Yeah, I don't know. Only me, Daniel, and Curtis get that. So
Fox Hunt was a great game, by the way.
I love that game. As a
I
matter of
have
fact,
that
it's on
game.
my playthrough list to watch.
yes,
I have that game. I need to play it.
Daniel's
Oh,
been
I've got your
adamant.
broken swords.
You have my broken swords?
You should fix them.
Replace
I need my broken swords. I keep
have
forgetting.
them there.
I keep forgetting you have them. Next bit of news. Here comes Salty Daniel.
Yeah.
Salty
Oh boy.
Daniel
I
steps
think I
up
know
to
what
the
this is now.
fucking plate. Sony reveals, huh?
Fortnite.
No,
Even
No.
better.
even better. Sony reveals the PlayStation Classic game lineup.
Oh yeah.
Way to go, Sony! Way to Suck a dick, man.
Hey, there's like 4 good games on here.
Ooh! Watch out now.
Like,
Oh, by $100.
well,
Seriously.
in 1998 money, that's pretty good.
Look, okay. Here's the list. We're gonna go through the entire list. Battle Arena Toshinden. Why?
Never played it.
Why? Cool Borders 2. I guess if you were gonna stick a snowboarding game on there, that's one to choose.
To be fair, Cool Borders was a good game.
No.
It was.
Cool Borders 2 was a good game. Cool Borders sucked.
Well,
Cool Borders 3 just was more.
Yeah.
Cool Borders 3 was fun.
It was more.
The only
That's
one
all I
I've
said. I
It
said
was
more
more
it
of
was
2.
more. Destruction Derby.
Great game.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 7.
I could do without it.
Yeah, that's the best one on the list right now. Grand Theft Auto.
It's okay. I've played it.
There's no 3 after that. There's no Vice City after
Well,
that. It's
that's
just
'cause that didn't
Grand
come out.
Theft Auto.
I've played the original. It was okay. It was
No.
it was different.
It's top-down bullcrap.
Yeah, but it was okay.
Nah.
You know, I want to
GTA 2 was much better.
I want to throw some trivia, and I don't remember if it was GTA or GTA 2, but while you're playing, you could take the disc out and put in a CD, and it would play the music from the CD as the radio station.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
that's
number
so
2.
cool.
Yeah, that you can do that with a lot of different games.
I know that.
Because it loads the game into memory.
Yeah, I didn't look. That was a cool thing for me back then. That shit was mind blowing. Everybody's like, check it out. Boom, put in an Eminem CD. First Eminem CD. Pop that bad
For
boy
me,
in there.
The game I did that most with was Vigilante 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that didn't even make the list. I would rather have Vigilante 8 over Twisted Metal. Not the no. Hold on. This is the first Twisted Metal.
It's good.
Yeah, I'm aware.
If it would have said Twisted Metal 2,
I'm glad you didn't say 3, because then we wouldn't be
was
friends
3 was
anymore.
shit. Twisted
I
Metal
like
2.
3. That's the only one I've ever played. but
That's
I
why
liked it.
you like 3.
The only one you've ever.
Twisted Metal 2 was the best Twisted Metal
I'll
that was
agree.
on the PlayStations. So,
Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah.
not the original. The original one, I mean, they
It
had.
was good. It just wasn't.
But even over Twisted Metal 2, I would have preferred Vigilante 8. I would. I would, personally.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one because I like both of them really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. I do like both of them about equally.
Intelligent Cube. Okay.
Oh, thanks. I'm good on that.
I guess this requires their puzzle game that they had to fill in there for some reason.
I don't know. They got puzzle game right there. Look at that.
Jumping Flash.
Never heard of it.
What the hell is Jumping Flash? Anybody ever heard of Jumping Flash? Jumping Flash, Jumping Flash, Jumping Flash.
I've heard of it, but
1 out of 6.
and I remember seeing like some gameplay of it like a long time ago, but it looked boring, so I didn't look any more into it. Why?
Here you go. Here's a game for you. Metal Gear Solid.
Solid entry.
Nice. Good quality game right there. Perfect. Goes great with Final Fantasy VII. Nice choice.
Mhm.
Mr. Driller.
Never heard of it.
The hell is
Yes.
Mr. Driller?
I know.
Mr. Driller?
he
Mr.
said driller, not drilling.
Mr. Driller?
Yeah.
No, nobody. No.
Marcus loved that game,
Mr. Driller?
but yeah, and it's a puzzle. It's another puzzle game,
Oh, good.
Oh, joy.
but
I've never heard of it. Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey.
Solid entry.
I can definitely see that. That was a very I was about to say polarizing. It wasn't polarizing. It was a popular game when PlayStation was out.
It was a breath of fresh air when it come out.
True.
Yeah.
Good platformer.
good choice. Yeah,
Rayman.
Never played it, but I heard it's good.
Rayman is always good entry.
yeah.
It's good quality game. Resident Evil's director's cut.
I'm good on that.
No. No. Resident Evil 2. What's wrong with people?
Well, yeah.
Come on.
Which one just got remade? Was that Resident Evil 2?
2.
That's why it didn't get put in
Resident
here.
Evil 2 has the remake.
Capcom's
I know.
like, no, you cannot have 2. Put in the first one. We don't give a fuck about the first one anymore.
Well, nobody gives a fuck about the first one anymore. A Jill sandwich.
What? Wesker.
I'm sorry.
Wow,
No.
what a mansion!
Oh God. Revelations Persona. I guess this was the first Persona.
Oh yeah,
Is that really
I think-
Persona?
I guess. I don't know.
I suppose it. Yeah,
Yeah, look that up real quick.
I've never been into the Persona series personally.
Oh.
Persona.
Yep, it is.
But
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It is the first entry in the Persona series.
Interesting.
I did not know that.
I do like Persona. I've never played any. I think 4 or what's the newest one? 5, I think, is the newest one that just come out.
Yeah.
I played 4 and I liked it a lot. I also played Shin Megami Tensei, which is the same series.
it's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say that's a decent entry.
I've
Yeah.
never played it.
For that.
I have no opinion on it.
Yeah.
Ridge Racer Type 4.
Solid.
There's your racing game.
Yep.
I guess I'm okay with that. Ridge Racer was always tough on the controls on the original PlayStation. It would always turn really slow.
Ridge Racer's always been wonky, and I didn't like them until their PlayStation 3 or maybe it was 2 entry. I want to say it was Ridge Racer 5 or 6.
It's like this. I'm like, meh.
Yeah.
Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo.
Yep.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I suck at Super Turbo Puzzle.
So
Something
So
happened.
that's-
Something happened to Matt there for a second.
What happened,
Kinda
Matt?
broke. He broke for a second.
that's 3 puzzle games so far.
I know, but Puzzle Fighter's a good choice. Puzzle Fighter's a fun game.
Yeah, Puzzle Fight is great.
Michael kicked my ass at Puzzle Fighter.
I like Puzzle Fighter. Here's an odd choice. Tekken 3.
You skipped Siphon Filter.
That's okay. I want to come back to it.
Okay, Tekken 3 is a solid good game. It was
I'm okay with Tekken 3.
Yeah, but they also threw Battle Arena Toshinden in there.
yeah.
Why not put Tobal in?
Not many people knew about that one. That's a piece of trash, is what it is.
I mean, I
I think Tekken 3 is the better of the fighting games here. I don't know what Battle Arena
we
Toshinden
played
is.
Tekken 3 at Nerdvana. It was okay.
It was good. I played it as the first Tekken game I ever played. I played it in arcades.
Would Mortal Kombat have been a better choice?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, really?
I think Tekken's a better fighter overall than Mortal Kombat. That's my personal opinion.
I think they can all rot in hell.
Look, just because you're
Cody
bad at them
thinks-
doesn't mean they're bad.
Fighting games, man.
All right. Now I'm going to go back to Siphon Filter.
Okay,
Solid choice,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
absolutely.
Siphon
I
Filter
agree.
was an amazing game. If you've never played Siphon
Fantastic
Filter,
game.
I feel sorry for you. It is a
I'm
really
actually-
good espionage game.
I'm actually surprised that made the list,
No
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah.
but I'm glad it did.
Yeah,
I mean,
I just recently bought Siphon Filter for the PlayStation because I wanted to play it.
Nice.
yeah,
So, damn, now I'm going to have it on the PlayStation Classic because I've already pre-ordered the damn thing.
Oh wow.
I pre-ordered it when it launched with the first 5 titles. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. I guess if you have to have a Tom Clancy game, then okay.
I never understood like this. I think I played this one, and I never figured out what the hell was going on.
Mm.
It was way too tactical for me. I guess I was.
that's all it was. That's what
Yeah.
it was. It was strictly a tactical shoot, like
Yeah.
realistic tactical shooter is what it's all.
Yeah, like
Rainbow Six has always been.
if I remember right, you like had to plan like all your guys' movements, where they went, what they did, and then you
Yep.
send them in there, and you're just like, I don't know what the fuck is going. I died every single time.
Mm-hmm. Lastly, Wild Arms.
Okay,
Good choice, I
Yeah.
think.
All right.
Yeah.
They're
Not worth $100, but
that's the U.S. version, by the way.
this is the US version. I think they're missing definitely some titles in here that were huge PlayStation hits.
Oh yeah,
Specifically a lot of RPGs because that's what PlayStation was known for back in the PS1 era was all their RPGs.
yeah. Well, I mean, Sony's always been more of the RPG platform,
Yeah.
and they know that. I mean, the Vita was literally flush with RPGs.
Yeah. Which
Vita /PSP.
I enjoy playing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. It's probably gonna get trashed, but Michael, I think you brought it up in the gaming segment of the Discord. Suikoden?
Suikoden.
Suikoden. I was close. Suikoden 2 or 3 probably would have been good for this list, I would believe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
I would
3 was
take that
amazing.
over Mr. Driller.
I'll take it over literally any other
Sorry?
game
Oh.
in this list.
So,
yeah.
the Japanese version, there's a few different changes. There's Arc the Lad 2, Armored Core,
Great game.
Devil Dice, G Darius, Gradius Gaiden,
Parasite Eve.
Parasite
Also a good
Eve
game.
is there, and Saga Frontier. So
Yeah. That's a way better list.
Yeah.
Just those.
If they would take Armored Core and Parasite Eve, move them over to the US release, boom, you got a good lineup there.
unfortunately, that's Japan, and you might be able to get the Japanese version
Oh, you absolutely will. Well, maybe.
if you order it through Amazon or eBay.
Yeah.
So
But
there
Twice
you
the
go.
price.
That is the PlayStation Classic lineup coming out December 3rd. I wonder if the Metal Gear Solid capability of switching the controller over to fight Mantis will work.
Probably.
Hope.
I mean, otherwise, well, I mean, there's other ways to beat them.
We'll see. I don't know. I love the fact that the game required you to actually unplug the controller and plug it in. He's like, I can't read your mind.
I found out there was 2 other ways to beat them if you didn't do that.
2 other ways.
Yeah.
Bombs?
there is.
There's the statue's head you're supposed to do something to, and then there's another way I don't remember. But I remember looking it up because I had streamed half of the game. I don't even think I made it through half the game. I got pretty good ways into it, but still haven't finished it.
I wanted to watch all of that.
It was dumb at points.
Ding, ding, ding. What was that noise? Nice work, TJ.
I forgot how to play the game. I was like, I'll attack him around the corner. Oh, you can't do that in first-gen PlayStation games.
Nice work. All right, so that's my news of the week. Anybody got news? All right, Matt, what do you got?
Use your words.
That guy does.
The only news I've got is there's an Assassin's Creed Odyssey update that came out today, 106, that adds a new storyline for
Nice.
free,
Ooh.
a new quest line, and a bunch of quality of life improvements like auto crafting arrows so that you don't have to do that manually. They adjusted the economy in the game because
Thank God.
a lot of people were complaining that upgrades were costing too much components, and components were also not dropping frequently. So they increased the drop rate and decreased the cost requirements. And then they fixed a whole bunch of bugs. Like the bug list for their fixes is like 3 pages long.
Did they?
And they weren't like game breaking. They were just annoying stuff. Like you go into a cave and the game would indicate that there's a piece of ore right here, and you would go over to look at it, and it would be inside the wall.
Ah, the
And
worst.
you couldn't get it. So they fixed a lot of that. But
Hey, Matt, let me ask you this, because I ran into this on one of the side missions for an escort mission. You protect your escort right there at wherever they're camped out at, and they get attacked. In the process of attacking the guards or the thugs or whoever's attacking them, you accidentally hit the NPC that you got the mission from. The NPC starts attacking you, to which then you either run away from them so you can reset them and then come back to them, to which when you do, they turn and run from you, and you have to chase them across the map to finish the mission.
I'm trying to help you.
I've not experienced that issue. I will say that there were times where I would run into, let's say I'd be running down a pathway and I'd see a bear, and I'm like, I want to kill that bear because I want his flesh. and I'd start shooting at him, and a guard would walk by and go, "Holy crap! There's a bear. Let me attack him." And I'd hit the guard, and then the guard is all like, "I'm gonna murder you." And I'm just like, dude, I was trying to kill the bear, and you got right up in my face. And then I killed the guard. 'Cause what else are you gonna do?
I mean, stab him once, stab him 5, 6, 7 more times.
Then you hang the guard up and you skin the guard.
It's like playing Skyrim where you shout at a guard. He's like, "Hey, stop that! You're in the way, you dick! Move!"
Yeah. Whoosh. And they just, yeah.
I don't like trying to be all stealthy, and then I'm trying to get something that I'm normally able to get, and then some nosy know-it-all that standing around the corner sees me take something off a table, and then they run and tell a guard, and now my bounty goes up. So now I've got all these bounty hunters running around because I wanted to pick up something.
To be fair, it's
I
kind of
usually-
realistic. You know, if you're like standing in the
see, what I
market
do-
and you see a guy just pocket shit, and you're like, "Hey, fucking dick, put that back."
I mean, give me the option to drop it and be like, "Yeah, my bad, I'm klepto." But no, this is like, "Oh, I'm telling mom!" And they turn and they run to the nearest guard,
You know the best way to resolve that?
kill everybody.
They can't turn you in if they're dead.
I don't know, I've had to shoot people down. So my upgraded hunter skills.
I always hated that, like, because you guys mentioned Skyrim. I always hated that. Whenever you're walking down the road, a bandit attacks you, and you're like, "All right, here goes Foos, and here comes a guard walking in your way. Duh! They both get pushed. The bandit falls to his death, and the guard goes, "How dare you!" You swing it, and you're just like, "You got fucking away."
Like, don't you know a fight when you walk into one?
I'm being attacked, you asshole! Help me!
Oh,
But
goodness.
anyways,
So did the 1.06 fix your issue that you had with your processor for the game, or was there another fix for that? I know you were talking about that here a while back.
That problem went away on its own.
The best problems fix themselves.
Magic.
I was able to play on 103 like 2 or 3 days later, and I had no issues. I don't know. So I just
Match. They were just like,
kept playing.
Magic.
So I don't know if maybe there was some goof up like right with the 103 installation or something, but it works now.
Nice. All right. Is there any other news for the week? I think that's it.
You forgot Michael.
Oh, that's right. Michael.
We're
Yeah,
done.
I didn't know.
I knew I was forgetting. I knew I was forgetting something. Michael, tell us about the about Blizzard.
Yep. So today, BlizzCon started as
Yeah.
of this recording, and I'm just gonna go over what they announced in the opening ceremony. Start off. Heroes of the Storm, Blizzard's MOBA, has a new character called. She looks pretty cool and has some pretty sick-looking moves. She's free to those who have the virtual ticket or are attending BlizzCon. The cinematic they showed for her is pretty. So that's a thing if you're into that game, Heroes of the Storm.
What is she from?
She's not from anything. She's unique specifically to Heroes of the Storm.
That's weird.
Brand new character just for that.
what was her name again?
What? Orphea.
Orphea.
She's got a coffin on her back.
Orpheus.
Yeah, she's got a big coffin on her back, and she has a skin. She has like a skin that they showed off where she's like in a schoolgirl outfit. And it's a locker instead on her back.
Oh,
Oh God.
I have to check
Fan
that out.
service.
Not for the
Oh,
not for the school
TJ.
not for the schoolgirl costume because I like new characters in Heroes of the Storm. Jesus.
When was the last time you played Heroes of the Storm?
Last time I was home actually.
Oh, burn.
I played Diva. Not to anybody's surprise.
Oh yeah, I forgot T was on there.
Yeah, she's great. Great.
So
great tank.
yeah, she has like this. Orphea has this like crazy like shadow monster thing that she attacks with. That's pretty crazy. So if you're a Heroes of the Storm fan, there you go, new character.
Woo.
Super cool.
Okay. World of Warcraft is getting a new huge content patch called Tides of Vengeance. It's the first large content patch since the release of Battlefront. The war campaign will continue. We're now going to have things called incursions, which are similar to Legion's invasions, but now done by the opposite faction's forces instead of like the Legion. New world quests, of course. We're going to learn more about specific characters, including Sourfang, Tyrande, and Vol'jin. And they also showed a new cinematic short for World of Warcraft called Lost Honor, and it is awesome.
That was really cool.
It was.
I got
really
chills
good.
watching
Yeah,
that.
it was really good. Have you seen it yet, Matt? I think I linked you, but
Yes.
okay, it was awesome. For those who were really deep into the story, like I feel personally that there hasn't been this much story and development and stuff like that in World of Warcraft until like this expansion, when they started having a lot more cinematics and stuff to like really get you enveloped in it. There's a lot of really good story throughout all of World of Warcraft, but this one, like, for some reason, with what all that they're doing, has really gotten me into it. So that is the World of Warcraft update that they've got. World of Warcraft Classic demo is playable right now for those who have the virtual ticket or attended BlizzCon, and it's going to release in the summer of 2019. And I played a little bit of it just to see what it is. It's classic Warcraft. It even has the old school graphics.
Wow.
It has like the old school graphics in it, and you can play the original World of Warcraft before all the Cataclysm and all that stuff happened.
Man, that sounds real fun. Sorry.
Wow.
It's just for those
Super
hardcore
great.
fans of the old, vanilla Warcraft is what it is.
Yeah,
I would almost want to go back and play it, honestly.
I don't.
I didn't care for Wrath of the Lich King that much.
And it's back to like the original races and classes that they could be too. Overwatch got a new cinematic short called Reunion.
Yeah.
McCree.
And it's about Jesse McCree. It's about Jesse McCree, voiced by the one and only Matt Mercer.
It's high noon.
And it introduced to us a few new characters in the cinematic.
Oh, it's 8 minutes long.
One of which is a character named Ash, and she's going to be the 29th hero in Overwatch.
Yeah. She looks really cool too.
She looks cool. She looks really cool. She actually looks like she would be fun to play. I like the aesthetic of, and the back and forth between her and McCree in the trailer. I won't go more into it since Julian hasn't seen it.
When are they going to retire characters in Overwatch?
I don't think they will.
Probably never.
Probably never.
They should.
Why should they?
But
Because
Like Widowmaker.
how many freaking characters are you going to stuff into a game? Smash.
Look at like League of Legends or Smite or Dota.
No.
You have tons and tons and tons and tons of characters.
By the way, that's the one thing that we should do a quick discussion about.
Dota?
I will at the end of
Smash.
my news.
Thank you,
Oh.
Michael.
So yeah, it was cool. The cinematic with McCree was awesome. I loved the way they portrayed McCree. It was super fun. It was kind of cheesy in some areas, but it was really enjoyable. Hearthstone has a new expansion all about trolls. It's called Rostercon's Rumble.
Neat.
No.
As for new cards, not much has been revealed yet in the cards, but it appears that each class is going to get its own specific legendary cards that help complement the styles that they're best.
And,
They always get legendary cards.
and
for
these
each
cards
That's
from
what
last
was- that's
season
what
are
was
no longer
mentioned.
playable.
Yeah, it's they always get legendary cards
Yeah.
whenever it's
Ross-
class legendaries. But
Yeah.
boo Hearthstone, you suck. Go back to the original format where you would do full card pack, adventure card pack, full card pack, adventure card pack.
Yeah, I haven't played it since.
I reinstalled it.
You reinstalled it?
Yeah.
Really?
It's on my phone. Haven't logged in yet. It's been
Wow.
on there for a week.
You'll uninstall it pretty quick.
I just thought I'd mention you.
I almost started
RosterCon
playing it.
Rumble will be out on December 4th. Uh,
I've lost faith in the game.
here's where fans got really pissed. Diablo is getting a full-fledged mobile RPG called
What?
Diablo Immortal. It's
Yay.
a mobile game.
Oh boy.
Man,
Diablo
talk
Immortal
about-
picks up after Diablo 2. It'll launch for iOS and Android. It's a massive multiplayer online action game. Players will be able to drop in and out of, they'll be able to drop in and out of groups and play through dynamic events as they travel through St. The classes include Monk, Wizard, Crusader, Demon Hunter, Necromancer, and Barbarian.
Wow.
And Blizzard is allowing players to pre-register for a chance to join the game's upcoming beta.
No
Cool.
thanks.
I'm gonna pass on that one.
A lot of people see everybody was talking about a new Diablo. They were like, Diablo 4, Diablo 4, Diablo 4, mobile game.
Yeah, that burgeoning market of mobile games. You know what I hope their icon is? Diablo screaming.
Oh, man.
In a 3/4 profile view.
Yeah.
And then they announced that Warcraft 3 is getting a remaster,
Nice.
and it looks great. It actually looks great.
Very cool.
Where's
one of
the
the-
love for Warcraft 1 and 2?
I know.
Is it because it's not canon?
I don't know. One of the most important games of all time is coming back with Warcraft 3 Reforged. It'll feature a full overhaul of the game's graphics and systems, while preserving the mechanics that made Warcraft 3 so good.
I may actually buy that.
It says it also appears the game's getting an updated ladder system to help players better compete online in competitive play, as well as an updated map editor.
What I want to know is, where is the remake?
Remac and cheese?
I
Where
go
is
some
the
Remac and
remake? I did it again. Thank you. God damn it. Rage. Where is the remake? Thank you. Of the adventure game Blizzard made that never was released, where you played as Thrall.
Or how about the re-release or the release of StarCraft Ghost that never came out?
Yeah, where's that stuff? Come on, Blizzard. Remake. Fuck.
Now is the perfect time for a first-person shooter game in the StarCraft 2 universe.
He's salty.
I don't know why he has not accepted that he's terrible in English.
Not my first language.
But Matt, what were you gonna say?
I was mistaken. Never mind me.
Okay.
Well, Warcraft 3 Reforged doesn't have a concrete release date, but Blizzard said it'll be out sometime next year.
I hope it's not $60.
And that's really all that that they announced during the opening ceremony. Right now, Destiny 2 is free for a limited time on BlizzNet.
I started playing that actually. Again.
I have a comment about that.
No.
Apparently, when the guy came out on stage and mentioned that, the entire crowd started booing him. When he said, so, about Destiny 2 or something, everyone just started booing him.
We don't care.
Good.
Here's the thing though, like all this shit aside, like I'm not into the whole like I don't care about the story or what they're doing with the ending or what they're doing with anything. It's just kind of fun to play.
You know what?
Yeah,
You know what
it's a good
Destiny
shooter.
and Destiny 2 have?
What?
Good shooting mechanics.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, that's really like I was sitting there, I was bored, and I was like, man, I haven't played Destiny 2. I was like, oh, it's still installed. Dope. Load it.
I almost played that today, too.
It's fun. I mean,
I guess I would probably jump back in and play, but
yeah. I mean,
I'd have to have a good reason to.
I was bored, and I didn't
That's
have anything.
not good enough
like,
for me.
I'm not allowed to buy any more new games, so I was just like, what do I have that I actually want to play? And I was like, well, Destiny is pretty fun.
Wow, that must be, you must be scratching the bottom of the barrel.
We could do VGBits Plays Destiny 2.
We've already done
We
that.
tried that. And
We
then
tried that, yeah. They did. And, yeah.
the footage
It
is
was-
still
it
sitting
was
on
bad.
that folder.
Hey, no, that's actually got uploaded.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, we made that into
Oh,
a
that's
video.
right, we did, yeah.
Yeah. Captain America and the Avengers.
Oh, that's right. I edited that. Fuck. I remember that.
Internet.
That was a great intro too. I love that one. If you haven't seen it, you go to our YouTube. Oh, you're on our YouTube channel. But if you listen to this on Google or iTunes, you can go to youtube.com/VGBits.
It's the
Nice plug.
iTunes.
Thanks.
That's all they announced at this opening ceremonies. Obviously, they're going to probably talk about more, reveal some more as the weekend goes on. I'm excited to see what's more in store for World of Warcraft because I play it. And moving on from that, let's talk about the Smash Direct. At least a little bit from it.
Okay.
Yeah, as you can see, everybody's reaction right now.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
I just want to talk about the 9-foot Lego Diva statue.
Super Troll Sakurai.
They announced the last two characters for Smash Bros. One of which was
It wasn't what we talked about.
Nope. Oh, we did get Ken, right?
Was Ken from Street Fighter. And the other one that came in that I don't remember hearing anybody ask for was Incineroar from the big fucking wrestling cat thing.
I didn't even know what it was. It's a Pokemon for anyone who's wondering.
There's one more.
Oh yeah,
there's one more.
Yeah,
there's a
one
DLC.
And
now here's the thing.
They were saying, guess what? There's opportunities for DLC. That means more characters and stuff. And they're like, guess what? Here's one that we have in the works.
S-tier fighter right here.
Mm-hmm.
Guarantee it's going to be top of every esports tournament. Smash, you're going to see him every game.
Gonna beat all the OG characters.
What's that
so
name?
Here he is.
I wish he was fucking kidding.
It's PD.
I'm not kidding.
For people in audio only,
Piranha Plant.
it's PD. That's PD
Piranha Plant.
I have this motherfucker on my arm.
He has
It's Piranha Plant, and he's in a pipe,
and
he runs around like this.
he has feet. He has feet.
Yeah, PD Piranha's got feet.
You see this? He has feet
This is
his pipe.
He's got something else in his pipe too.
It's PD Piranha Plant, and it's
not good.
yeah. It's
So here's
not good.
Here's literally what probably had to have happened. All those characters got leaked, like Banjo-Kazooie, and then Geno, and everybody else that all the interesting characters that were there, except for the other few that were just total trash. And then Sakurai said, "Nope, fuck them," and then trashed them all, and then photoshopped in a whole bunch of other new characters for the direct.
To be fair, those leaked characters suck too.
There were some of them that were pretty interesting.
There was like 2.
3.
Let's put in Chorus Kids.
Chorus Kids got the.
I didn't say Chorus Kids, now did I?
Like, just man, like I heard. I didn't watch the direct, but I heard the story mode looks pretty cool, which would probably be the only thing I play, unless we play.
That story mode just was like, what? the cinematic for it was like, whoa.
Yeah. What was the one that had was that Brawl or Melee?
That had the what?
Had a really good story mode.
Oh, Brawl.
It had to be Brawl.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't the last one. It was the one before.
Yeah,
it was really good. I like that one. I played a lot of it. And then the newest one came out, and it sucked. I'm honestly like every time there's an announcement about Smash, I lose more and more interest.
They're just not. They had a chance to kind of make it a little bit more interesting, bring in a couple of more outside characters.
They didn't have to bring in outside characters. They could have stopped a little while ago.
Well, no, they had all the. They had that. I understand.
They got all the characters.
I understand.
Now they're like,
doing
Piranha, we need everybody. Where's the Goombas? Why am I not fighting with Goombas?
True.
And Koopa Troopas.
Where's that shit? If you're gonna bring PD Piranha,
yeah,
who makes the decision that PD Piranha should be in there over all the other ones?
Like Waluigi.
Have you seen the comics?
Yeah.
Everybody's so mad that he's not in there as a character, and all I have to do is just laugh at.
Wow!
I already saw fan art of Waluigi sad and sitting there with his arms crossed, like really sad, and then over here is PD Piranha like laughing, and I'm just like, oh my.
Oh,
wait.
Wow.
Are we gonna get Pete Zat?
Oh shit.
Nope. He said P-Jet. We're already getting P-Jet. You're thinking of Bowsette, which
Pete.
No,
Pete.
Petey,
Oh,
the
Pete.
piranha
Oh.
plant.
is Toadette the only one that could use the super crown? I'm assuming
I
she can.
sure as hope that it's
Oh my
the
god!
case.
Can you imagine if they just made it like an open item and they made Peachette versions of everyone?
No, I don't want to imagine that.
The internet has already done that for us. Let's
Yeah.
stop there.
Yeah,
And
man.
Curse is just gone.
I just want to say to all the people who costumed as Bowsette for Halloween, good on you. You look great.
Oh,
Oh, he's back.
Welcome back.
I don't blame him for walking away. Honestly, I would have walked away. But I can't do that because I actually have to run this podcast, so I can't run away.
Yeah, because if you leave, we'll just run it into the ground.
Exactly. So
So
somebody's
basically,
got to stay here and drive the cart.
It's not that we would run it in the ground. It's just this vehicle has really like it pulls to the left real hard.
it's like a desert bus.
The power steering's out.
Oh my god. Anyway, everybody went into the smash direction like this, and then left like this. So there you go. That's your summary.
Smash, smash, smash.
That's
You know
all the news I got.
Da, 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 da. All right. Well, I guess that's going to be it for the news
Okay.
this week. Move on to the next
I guess so.
segment. Maybe.
Yeah.
It depends.
I know you didn't tell us what the email was this week.
It's because it wasn't a question.
Oh.
Oh. Because last week we asked the question
Oh, did we?
in the wonderful
Duh.
I can't
segment
remember what the hell I did this morning.
that is known as email. If you have your emails that you want you have an email that you want read on the VGBit Bitcast, you can send your emails to bitcast@vgbits.com. That's bitcast.com, vgbits.com. Thank you.
What the fuck?
He broke my internet.
This has been the VGBits podcast. Thank you.
Oh god. It's my first YouTube video.
It's your first Let's Play video. Hey guys, welcome to my.
Look, if you want to talk about emails on the radio. Look, okay, sorry.
I just want to say I really appreciate all your viewership.
I'll start muting people.
Pull off the tab and pop off the lid. Pull off the tab, pop off the lid. That's one for Curtis. Anyway,
What's worse, though, guys? The mumbling or the, hey, you two, what's up? It's your boy.
They're
The-
both
the
equal to me
boy.
because I immediately hit the back
Equally
button.
bad.
good boy. Anyway, last week we asked the question, what was your favorite Halloween show that you would recommend? We have Mike sent us in an email and said, with the subject line, email. I think my favorite Halloween movie has to be Monster House. I've watched it a million times.
That's that animated movie, yeah.
It is the house that eats the kids.
Yeah. I've
I heard
seen,
a lot of bad talk about that movie, but I didn't think it was that bad.
It was good.
It's the house.
I liked it.
It's
It
the
has-
house.
I was just gonna say
Hill
that's my
House?
favorite line in there. The house has a uvula, so it's a girl house.
I liked it.
That was
Oh.
so dumb.
God.
That's good writing.
That was the only email we received this week, so we do not have any questions. So you know what that means. We've got to throw out a
Thanks
question.
for joining, everybody.
All right, that means it's the end of the podcast. We will see you next time for VG Bits episode 44. No,
Okay.
we're gonna have to answer a question.
Or ask one.
We can ask one, but I still think we need to
Okay.
answer a
Well,
question.
do you have a question? I know
Yeah,
you do.
yeah, I'm gonna have a question
What
for
you got?
you.
What you got?
All right. Because I talked about this and I was super salty about this. On the PlayStation Classic, you can replace one game on the PlayStation Classic. What game do you want to put on the PlayStation Classic? Tell us your game and then what you're removing.
Ooh.
That's easy.
The Legend of Dragoon and anything but Wild Arms.
Okay.
Okay.
You should leave Final Fantasy VII on there so you can fucking play it.
All right, anything but Wild Arms is not
Oh man.
I would say Tomb Raider. I would put Tomb Raider on there.
It's a good game. I played it on PC actually. My computer lab at school had it on the computer for some reason, so I played it there.
Triangle boobies.
Yep. Nude Raider.
It was a downloadable patch,
Yeah.
not a code. All right, Curtis, what are you taking off?
Oh God.
I mean, you have so many options.
I mean, there were so many to choose from.
You could
It's
just throw-
painful to
you could throw a
take
dart at the
one
list
away
and be
from
like,
the
"Yeah."
rest. I said any of them would be fine to replace. Would be, I guess, Mr. Driller.
That's
Sorry. Oh,
a solid choice.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what the Mr. Driller is.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That's my choice
I
because
gotta,
I've never heard of
I
it.
gotta look up what Mr. Driller is right quick. I might be saying that this is a crappy game, and then nope, we can get rid of that.
looks kind of like Bomberman, just from the picture.
No, it doesn't. What Bomberman have you played?
Apparently not the right one.
Be careful what you Google.
Oh.
Mr. Driller may not be exactly what you're looking for.
Hey, it's Google. It's never gonna show you the right thing first.
It's just an arcade game where you dig down.
Yeah,
Dig Dug,
Dig
you're
Dug.
comparing it to that.
it's Dig Dug is better.
It's like Bust a Move and Dig Dug had a baby.
Kind of, yeah. All right, so
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm good with that.
Oh,
I don't know. It looks
okey
kind
dokey.
of fun.
It probably is fun.
TJ.
I struggle with this one because I didn't have a PlayStation as a kid. I had a PlayStation 2 and a Nintendo 64. But I do know one of my favorite games on the PlayStation was Legacy of Kain. And I really like that one, and I'd love to play that again. And I would replace literally any other game. Mr. Driller would say that.
Okay, Mr. Driller. Michael.
This is hard for me because there's so many PlayStation games I enjoy. But if I had to choose a genre-defining title that's not on there, I would get rid of Battle Arena to Shinden and replace it with Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Oh, so good.
Never liked
That's
Castlevania.
I think they
Oh,
missed out
come
on an opportunity of putting that one on there.
I
I'm
have
a
never
car.
played a Castlevania game.
That was like
It's
genre-defining, like
it's-
Metroidvania.
Yeah,
type.
it's a seriously good Metroidvania-esque game.
So
Top line.
that's my choice.
I'm mad. You seem to be excited.
I would get rid of Resident Evil,
Me too.
and I would replace Resident Evil with Silent Hill 1.
Oh,
yeah.
man, fuck
Easy.
that game.
Yeah.
That
Super-
game was okay. Good
that the one
choice.
that I'm
It's a
playing,
good
Matt?
choice.
What's
Is that
what's the
one that I'm-
question?
Is that the one that I'm playing?
Playing.
Silent Hill
Are-
1, or am I playing Silent Hill 2?
I don't know. Are
What are
you
you
playing
asking
one of
me?
them?
Are you
The
playing
that
one
you
of
sent
them?
me?
A long time ago?
Yeah.
That's 2.
Okay.
Because that's on the PlayStation 2.
Gotcha. Yeah. Matt, Matt sent me a care package of games, and I started playing Silent Hill 2. And
Silent Hill 2 is the best out of the Silent Hill series.
Hands
Silent
down.
Silent Hill 1 was a mind fuck. I'm sorry.
It's super spooky.
That wasn't a Resident Evil-esque game. That was like,
Oh.
we're gonna torture your children game.
That's psychological terror.
Well, I did not like that game at all.
I didn't
We
finish
didn't
it
get
either.
through the first 30 minutes of it.
I know. We sat there and said, nope, we're done with this, and we gave it to our uncle.
I think I did the
Yeah.
same, and with
It's a great title. Like it's good.
I remember watching Alan beat that game
Yeah, no
after
lie.
you guys gave it to him. I sat there and watched him, and I was just like,
Freaking triangle head, man, or pyramid head. Screw that.
That was 2.
that was
2?
yeah.
I thought he was in
2
one.
is where Pyramid Head made his appearance.
I thought I was in the first one. That's how terrifying it was. I can't even remember. I can't even talk either, so it doesn't matter. I don't remember anything at all. Anyway, my game would be replacing Mr. Driller with Fox Hunt.
Oh,
There
yes.
you go.
Look,
Nice.
you
plug.
mentioned it earlier, and then I stopped to think about it. I was like, this is actually a really fun game.
Oh, you know what? What about Blazing Dragons?
Oh shoot!
Was that Genesis
We
game?
talked about Blazing Dragons. in the
It's
last
also
podcast.
yeah, we did. It's Blazing Dragons is also a really good option. Because it's on PlayStation. I played it on the Saturn recently.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, recently is within the past 5 years, technically. But I did play it all the way through, and I beat it in one sitting. It was about 7 hours to play through,
Nice.
but it was nice. So, okay, yeah, maybe Blazing Dragons, but Fox Hunt.
Good choices for everybody.
Man, that
I think.
16 millimeter camera thing where you got like Night Trap, except it's like not Night Trap.
Yeah.
It's just better. So yeah, that would be my choice.
A fun time for games. They're like, we'll just put it in movies. It's cheaper than
That's,
CGI.
I mean, whenever the first CD games came out, that's what they tried to do. Like,
Yeah.
we can put AVIs on this.
It's hard to remember everything from that game, Fox Hunt, but the one thing I do remember very vividly was on a jet-propelled wheelchair flying through the
Yes.
hallway.
Yeah. And if you
And you're
take
like,
the
"Oh, shit,
wrong
left."
turn,
Yeah.
take the wrong turn, you run into the assassin with the lobster claws on his hand. Nah, 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 and kills you. And then it's game over.
We ever start streaming, we'll stream that whole game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
That'd be it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's fun. All right. Do we got a question that we want to ask our audience this week?
I don't have a good question.
Well, it's Thanksgiving.
Well, we still got like 2 podcasts before Thanksgiving.
It's close enough to Thanksgiving.
What is your favorite way to stuff a turkey?
Oh, what's your stuffing? Do you stuff your turkeys?
I do.
Easy.
Do you
Easy,
stuff your
Cody.
turkeys with chickens or ducks?
I stuff my turkey with other
You're doing
meats.
it wrong.
How many meats do you stuff?
Y'all want to know what I put in my? I'm gonna go.
Matt and Curtis at the same time.
I get the
Damn.
feeling that Curtis and I are very much alike. We went to the exact same place.
Yeah.
All right,
Was it
DJ.
close to my place, Curtis?
For the last 2 years,
You stopped at your wrist, Bubba.
Curtis goes elbow deep. For the last 2 years, I've stuffed my turkey with fruit.
Fruit.
Yeah, makes it so fucking juicy. It's so good.
Ooh, that does sound yummy.
Yeah, like I use just a bunch of different fruits, stuff them up in there, season it. You don't even have to baste it or anything. You just let it cook for however long.
Here you go.
There we go.
Traditional turkey or deep fried?
I've never had a deep fried turkey.
That's what we're going to ask everybody else.
Okay, yeah.
Do you like a traditional or do you like a deep fried? If you're from Texas, you've had a deep fried turkey.
I'm from Texas and I've never had one, so
have to.
that goes out. I haven't.
You live in Oklahoma though, so
I'm still from Texas. Jesus, so much fucking shade. I leave this state for a couple of years and now I'm disowned.
oh my
Move back. I mean, damn, I'm sorry.
Technically, I was only like 30 miles over the border. That used to be Texas.
Oh shit. All right, so that's your question. Deep fried or regular turkey? What's your prefer for instance? I better quit but while I'm still ahead.
What's your perfect Francis?
What?
Prestidigitation.
Present sensation.
Dystopian?
Cody, I hope you have a backup character prepared.
You walk into the bar, you're immediately
you?
stabbed.
Do you have a backup character prepared because he's fixing
Yeah.
to die as well?
There are. He's gonna die too. Okay, I'll
We'll
come
kill
up with
them all.
the third one.
I don't care. I'm gonna kill them all.
The first episode is all of our characters walking into a tavern, being murdered by random objects, and then the second wave come in and also die.
Pray you don't roll a 1. No, I kid. Actually, we're gonna try and record our D&D session tomorrow, so
Hopefully.
hopefully, I'll try to be a
It should
nice
be-
DM. I will be nice. I won't murder everybody immediately. Just I'll give them time to get attached and then rip it away like a damn Band-Aid.
It's usually the best way to do it.
It's alright. I'm already heartbroken. You can't give me too much more pain.
Oh.
Sad face.
That's not a sad face. I don't know what that is.
Matt's finally taking that Duke.
I'm going to end the podcast now.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us. This has been the Bitcast episode 43 on November 2nd. We will see you next week on the Bitcast. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah.
Thanks
It's
for
nice
having
having a full house.
Full house. We will see.
You go, everywhere you
Shut up.
go.
Best way to end the podcast is with Smash.
Smashing the Olsen twins, and they're like, wow, no, we'll see you next time.
That's a weird choice of words.
Bye.
You might want to rephrase that.
Bye, everybody.